Microsoft Windows 11 Pro Surface devices. Built-in security, flexibility, and simplified management streamline tasks so your team can get more done. Microsoft and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/surface.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
It's time for Sedano and Cap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Cap is on.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
The LA Afternoon Drive takeover.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah. You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm in back in Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm?
Here we go.
You don't know. You don't know. And you know why you don't know? Because you're gutless, Andy. You're gutless.
Sedano and Cap.
God, I'm going to melt you.
Beep, bada, boop, boop. Do, da, da, da. Ba-da-ba. Beep, boo, da, boop. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la la. There's never an ooh la 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 in there. Where do you throw that in?
I got to mix it up a little bit because it's Cappy Day. That's why.
It is his
Cappy
birthday.
Day, there's no rules. It's do whatever you want day.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, right.
Where are you at today?
I'm at home because when Lindsay asked me, it was we're planning my daughter's birthday that's tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So she's turning 15.
Oh,
Quinceañera.
quinceañera.
She's not having one.
I was just going to say, you're having. She doesn't seem like the type that would have one, so I was surprised.
No. So it was. I took her to get her nails done today, which, by the way, is expensive when they're acrylic. And I wasn't going to make it in time for the studio. And then we're having dinner at 6:00 here. My brother had planned it a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
And I asked Lindsay, is it okay if I do the camera? She's like, yeah, no problem.
Well, Cappy did just call off a couple days, just tell us last week that he wanted.
Yeah, it was last Thursday when Lindsay asked me.
No way. Why did he wait so? I mean, he had Friday off for a long time, though, right?
No, he asked at the same time. I believe it was early last week.
Yeah, it was early last week, and Lynn's like, "I'll let you know if we need you Friday, then maybe Monday." And I was like, "Oh, we already had the pozole's done. My mom's making mole right now. Like all the siblings are coming over because my nephew is the next day after my daughter on Wednesday, Aiden. So you know this when you get Latinos organized, it's like okay, you better not cancel.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, and I gotta go pick her up. So I'm here. But yeah, as Funchy would say,
oh, I'm here. Yeah, there it is. Quinceañera. What was the most memorable quinceañera you ever went to?
Oh, okay.
Because I've been to a couple that have been pretty extravagant over the years.
Because Cubans, you guys do quinceañera as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, so I remember watching a show about the Cuban quinceañeras. You guys go all out over there.
Yeah. No, that thing is like a production. It's like I remember when I was a kid one time, there was like literal choreography to it. Like they would have 15 couples to represent the 15 years, and you would have like legit choreography. I used to always end up, and then when one kid does it, it's like Keeping Up with the Joneses. The other kid's got to do it. I always ended up being paired with a young lady. She and I had good chemistry, good dancing chemistry. Her name was Martica Mirabal.
Wow, she became a superstar, didn't she?
She works for like Gucci now or something. She's like super like high. She works like really like up the food chain at Gucci.
So you were a chambelan, huh, George?
Yeah, man.
Oh, see, I never was. I was never invited to one. But you do the waltz, right? That's the dance that you do.
Well, no, I think there was a lot of different dances. I mean, the
waltz
Mexican ones
was
like
the waltz,
a thing. Yeah, I think that was like a thing, but for like a second or two or whatever. But yeah, there was like a legit I'm not even joking, straight up like MTV Music Awards kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, if you go all out and it's your daughter, it's like a Sweet 16.
They hired like a legit choreographer.
Oh yeah,
like not just like because like at a wedding they have like a wedding planner. You know what I mean? And like they would also have a planner for this quinceañera, but then they would have a separate choreographer just for the choreography for all the kids. It was insane.
Yeah, my
like in
daughter's
retrospect, I'm like, well, that was nuts.
How much did you spend on this? Like, like
I
20,
never
30,
spent any.
No, but I mean that's what people were spending.
Oh yeah, 20, 30 grand, easily
right now. Yes, Lynn.
That's like a wedding.
It's exactly what it is.
In for Cappy and the Hebraic brothers, it would be like a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah. You know what I'm saying? So.
It's a huge production. My daughter's not about that. That's why I took her to Europe last summer. I'm like, here's your quinceañera, just being you, your experiences. And she just wants a car.
Much better, by the way.
Oh, yeah. So, but some of her friends and then some of my friends that love to show off recently did one. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, they brought a legit banda like that's recognizable.
That's cool.
You know who they are?
Yeah.
I'm like, how much are you spending? He's like, oh, you're the one that's on TV and radio. You got all the money. I'm like, bro, you're spending like 30 grand just to show off. But then it becomes a big ego contest amongst the men. Like,
yeah. Who's got the bigger
choreography? Yeah. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be cool. Michaela turns 15 tomorrow, and she was preemie. So like it's always crazy because she was like about almost 3 months early, and then she was in the NICU for about a month. So it's always a celebration of what she does. So
nice,
it's cool. Yeah, and then our friend Alicia Devaya, her birthday today too. Also, it's a lot of people's birthdays this time of year.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen.
You tired? You tired?
I mean, not yet. I will be. As soon as I'm done eating this chicken sandwich and the salad, I'm sure. But we'll survive. I wasn't going to do coffee at this stage because I want to just go to bed early today.
Yeah.
So if I do coffee now, I'm not a huge coffee person. So like one coffee will keep me up for 8 hours.
Oh wow.
So I am. I'm just going to power through, and that way I can just go to bed at like 8:30 or 9 today. Get like a reasonable amount of sleep. I have Around the Horn tomorrow.
You got the horn, huh?
Yeah. So that's a 7:30. That's not too bad. But it to get up for the call, and I could always just be like, "Hey, bro, got something with the kids going on." Yeah, sorry, I guess you have to listen in. Won't have to actually participate.
The All-Star Weekend is a grind if you're a member of the media because there's so many different press conferences, different events that you go and talk to.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what
we talked to Adam Silver.
Yeah, what you had to go through, which is double what everybody else was doing.
We had to talk. We talked to Adam Silver. We talked to him about the event, the format, LeBron, all this stuff that Draymond is saying about everything. So we'll have all that. How about we do that on the other side? All right, so we'll do that. Let's get – because you and I already talked a little bit about it during Crosstalk, but we can talk more about it. We'll hear from Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, with our ESPN radio crew yesterday. We'll have that for you coming up. Stick around, 710 ESPN. Beto is in the house for Cappy.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
I've never done my hands. Should I do my hands?
That's the thing. I get the petty all
I'm
the time.
Doug. And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Sylmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath and I'm from Sylmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Orthopedicinstitute.com.
This Black History Month, National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you with flexible online classes and career-focused resources, so you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Visit nu.edu to learn more. That's nu.edu.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Walks around like a little puppy dog.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey! Oh! Hey! Oh! I love Naughty by Nature.
Jamming right there.
It's a good
The
jam.
music was good this weekend at All-Star Break.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Even Jello?
That's not the hit.
You were taking a shot at Jello because you felt like he ran out of gas.
Oh, he ran out of breath like halfway through.
Well, it ain't the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if he was still, I was just saying,
It's hard.
as long as he's been on the court in a while, I guess.
And it's wow, and it's it's hard to perform.
I'm sure
live.
it is, but I think that he didn't realize. It seemed as if he was a bit unprepared because it seemed like he was gassed. Like, oh my god, I can't believe how gassed I am. Singing and doing all that moving. He's doing a little bit of the dancing.
Right, he's not in the studio, just laying tracks. You know what I mean?
But you said he wasn't lip singing though. He was
doing it.
He was
his
for
lyrics.
real?
Oh yeah.
Whoa! Credit to him for that then.
Yeah, he was for real.
He's got more hits coming too. Don't be hating Linz.
I'm not hating. I just think that he needs to work on,
Lindsay was in the group chat. She fired that right away. She was not messing around.
Because he was like halfway through. He was done. He was clearly done. Like, oh man, what I signed up for.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, listen.
He's never actually performed, has he?
That was the first time I've seen him perform.
He performed at the Super Bowl, didn't he? Or
I know. He performed for the Lions, Detroit Lions.
The Lions, that's what it was, their playoff game. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought the music was good. My wife liked In Vogue. She hadn't seen them in a long time. She was happy to see them. Look, you got to have the Bay Area people E40, right? Like, you got to have that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably could have done, like, without Sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's she's fine. She's good. But I don't think of her and I think, oh, Bay Area. You know what I mean? Like, I don't make the instant connection,
You got to explain that one.
What's that?
I said, when you got to explain that one.
Yeah, everyone else, definitely. I was like, oh,
Too
yeah.
Short was out there, too.
Yeah, right? Too Short was out there, Blow the Whistle. And that song was playing all weekend long. So, look, it was a fun event. I wish there was more basketball, okay? Like, that's just my only gripe. But again, we would not be in the situation where we would be clamoring for more basketball if these guys would have played with the intensity they played yesterday with 5 years ago. This is where we're at.
Themselves. They did it to themselves.
Correct.
But not just basketball, baseball, hockey, pro football. They've all done it because the All-Star games.
I mean, football is a flag football game.
Yeah, they got rid of it.
It's crazy.
Hockey got rid of it. They made it nations, and they're fighting each other, which is good. It's fun stuff in there.
I mean, it was like a WWE work, but that's fine. Like, whatever.
The
My buddies who watched it all fell for it. They're like, oh, they're fighting. I'm like, guys, they clearly planned this. It was 9 seconds. You think that
we're going to go.
Come on.
Like, okay, I want to drop the gloves. Yeah, you make an agreement in hockey. Okay, you ready to go? You ready to go? Yeah, they got us fired up, and we're talking about it. So it'll be good. USA against Canada on Thursday. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
But
it's still
baseball,
going?
Yeah, so the championship game is going to be on Thursday.
Wow, really?
So
I thought this thing was over already. Like, this is still like their break or whatever?
Yeah, so they took the break
like
off.
a whole week, right?
Like 2 weeks, actually.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
that's
they took
a
2
long
weeks
time,
off,
bro.
And the teams that like Finland and Sweden have been eliminated, so their players can go back to working out.
Yeah.
So starting tomorrow, NHL players can go back to their teams and start working out. So Thursday is going to be USA against Canada.
Yeah.
And USA has the game tonight, but it doesn't matter because they've already advanced because Canada won today. So something like that. As far as the NBA, the last time, not to go to the Lakers side, but Kobe was like the last time I remember somebody actually playing hard, and he wanted to actually play it, right? Sometimes guys that come in the
that was
first
like
year,
Toronto. So that was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, right? But Other guys, they go in there, and I get it. NBA players, they have to go through a lot during All-Star weekend because they have their
a bazillion. They're pulled in a bazillion different ways. Yeah. But come on,
but play, just play.
It was a rite of it was a rite of passage to play in the game and to play it. And it's not. Here's the thing: people don't remember this. Magic and Larry and those guys didn't play really hard the first 3 quarters either, though. They only played hard in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't remember that, but that's the reality of it. But just play hard in the fourth, dude. That's all people care about. They want to show the first 3 quarters, but then they want a game at the end.
Make it mean something.
Correct. So, look, Adam Silver was with us on ESPN Radio. We got a chance to meet with him, which was awesome. And we asked him about the format, about how they came to this conclusion and why this format.
I believe in it because it's what the players told us was a format in which they felt they could compete under given the circumstances. I think it's unrealistic to turn the clock back as much as we'd all like to think about all-star games that were played when we were younger. I think these days these guys have so much exposure. They have different relationships with each other than maybe players did in the old days. And I think call it NBA All-Star Classic, they just weren't feeling it. I think, on the other hand, guys competing in now sort of shorter bursts of energy, these 40-point games, I mean, it came about from talking directly to the players and saying, all right, we got to fix this. And again, it wasn't me asking so much as just sitting down and talking in terms of partnership, because many of the players said to me after last year's All-Star game, that was embarrassing. I mean, and again, I don't think it was because any individual player went out there and said, I don't care. It was just a vibe, whatever happened in Indianapolis. And I'm very hopeful this year based on the conversation we've had. Players directly, Andre Iguodala, Joe Dumars, who of course is at the league office now, that we're going to see something special tonight.
And again, I thought the basketball play was fine. DeAndre, you played basketball. Like, I thought, again, it's never going to be regular season intensity, but there was actual defense played. There were steals, there were blocks. Damian Lillard tied someone up to jump ball. Like, I thought the intensity was as good as I've seen at an All-Star game in 10 years.
I think the product of it, they weren't really complaining much about the basketball. They were complaining about the other stuff that was going on during the All-Star game, as far as the breaks and obviously in between the transition with Kevin Hart and all that stuff. They were complaining more about that than the basketball game itself.
Wait, so Silver told you that the players are the ones that wanted this?
They collaborated with the players on this.
Then what is Draymond complaining about if he's one of the players?
I don't know, man. Like,
he was going off the whole weekend about the NBA.
About something.
Yeah, about everything. About everything. I mean, literally every time I was tuning in to the before the game started, he had something. And it was always negative. There was nothing positive this whole weekend when he was speaking.
Which I think is a mistake by him. I think personally, like, I'm not saying that you can't be authentic, but this is supposed to be a celebration of the game. Like, you can't just you got to say something cool, like that. You can't not like everything. Like, there's no way you dislike everything, And I like Draymond, but I don't know. Like, I was kind of surprised. Again, I didn't see it live. I saw all the comments after the fact.
I actually like the Rising Stars giving them an opportunity to play. Because some of these guys, you're in the league, George, or I'm working Lakers postgame, so you get to know the names. But some of these kids, they don't get the exposure because they're in certain markets, right? And they came out there and played. I like including the Rising Stars guys in this because they give you something.
The point was to get them to play. They knew they would play hard, which means they were going to face the old guys team, and the old guys don't want to get embarrassed by the young guys.
Absolutely.
So it was a motivational tactic, if anything. All right, but you mentioned Draymond. So we asked Adam about Draymond and just some of the comments. This was before the stuff he said. This was about the game being boring, right? That he said that today's game is boring, that when you play LeBron, it's a chess match, but that's not the case more times than not, that it's who runs faster and who shoots more threes, which is interesting because they used to shoot more threes than anybody. But go ahead. Here's what Adam said about that.
I love Draymond. I was with him at a elementary school on Friday. It was part of our day of service, and we had a nice conversation. I think Draymond, everyone's aware he wants to play a very, very physical game. And it's the sentiment of the league, not just me. We have a competition committee, and the Players Association is part of that. While we appreciate the energy he brings to the game, we're also as focused on athleticism and skill and don't want it to become overly physical. And I felt he was reacting really more to sort of a little pushback on his particular style. So he's entitled to his opinion, but he's a provocateur. He has his own podcast, and he's clever and knows how to get attention.
Provocateur?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a very polite way of saying, like, he likes to just talk. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is. He wants to hear himself speak. And that's fine. I actually think Draymond is interesting. I think that it drives the conversation. I love the fact that we were able to ask the commissioner of the sport within 24 hours of what Draymond said, which I thought was unique, and get an actual response. You don't really get that very often, those opportunities very often, so the timing of that worked out really well. The other thing, though, Mark Spears did go to Draymond after what Adam said, and kind of Draymond just kind of went in on the young guys. Like, oh, it's just like the young guys, they get calls that you shouldn't get at this stage of your career. You got to earn that stuff.
Really?
And
He's doing that?
So it's funny because their generation, the Draymond generation, hated the Barkley generation for kind of doing that to them. And now he's kind of doing it to the newer guys. And what I would say, and I said this on TV today about this part of it, when Mark was on set with us and said, hey, Draymond amended this and, talked about this. And I said, well, look, with all due respect to Draymond, the young guys aren't the ones load managing, causing the problems for people not watching the games. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Draymond is necessarily, but that generation of players is the one that got that started. And that's become a much bigger problem than the young guys getting calls.
Draymond is becoming, the salty Theo that we all become eventually,
Yeah.
right? He's just doing it a little sooner than we expect.
Right.
Usually you have your TV role to go and trash everything that was not involving you, right? But I saw some of the comments, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, do you really believe this, or are you doing it for the TV effect? Because, we all get caught up in that moment where you're on TV and the lights come on, you want to say something out there. But he says this all the time. I'm like, damn, Draymond, you're in your hometown of where you play at. Everything's right there for you. You can be this ambassador. I get it saying, some of these kids haven't earned a right to be an all-star, but they're not an all-star. They're in this tournament. They're like, none of the guys that are in the Rising Stars are going to say, I was an all-star or something like that. They're not acting like it. Those kids look like they were happy to be there and enjoy the moment.
They did. And what I would say is, again, they got the result they wanted from a basketball perspective. They just probably should have played more. Like, what I would change, if they want to – here's the thing. And I saw Brian or Andy Kamenetsky, one of the Chems. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't see who signed it. But because they usually sign AK or BK.
Yeah.
I didn't see who signed it. But one of them was saying that just stick to a format. Well, they were saying the whole model is outdated with All-Star games in general, which is fine. I don't necessarily disagree with that. But if you're going to do it, stick to a model. And I would agree. Stick to a model. So there'll be some tweaks, but you got the result you wanted from a basketball perspective. And again, we wouldn't be here if these guys were just playing East versus West hard over the 5 years ago. But then we switched to, we're going to pick teams like in the playground. You know what I mean? And it's like, because to me, I think what you lose with the playground and with this, and this is a fair criticism. What is my rooting interest? Like East versus West, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like if you're a Laker fan, you want the West team to win, right? Because your guys are on that team. You know what I'm saying? And like the East, the same thing. So and I posed this question to somebody at the league, and their response to me was, well, what was the stuff when they were picking teams? I said, it's all individualistic. I get it. I said, but if you want those casual older fans to come back to this, like even I had trouble figuring out who was on what team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I was there and working it.
Yeah, that was your
paid
job.
to know. So like that was just kind of my criticism, was that, which I think is a fair criticism of, what is the incentive for the rooting interest? Like, what is the rooting interest here when you have these teams kind of spread out the way you do? And then also, we need more basketball. You can't have 45 minutes of basketball in 3 hours.
I like the international team. That's cool to have one like that.
I agree.
That gives you something different.
Giannis wants the world versus the USA. You don't have enough great world players yet. You have 8 legit all-star world players. And then after that, it starts to get a little dicey, if we're being honest.
But then at least have some kind of form, like you said. The sports fan is different now, Georgia, because when we grew up, it was you identify with whatever team you like, and that's what you know, and you never got to see the other teams unless they were like on.
Well, that's another great point. You know what? Save that. That's another great point. And Adam kind of alluded to it there. You heard him, right, with the visibility. There's so much more visibility now. That's an unbelievable point, Beto, and I want to tackle that on the other side. So let's do that next.
The City of Champions just got even
I'm Doug
brighter.
Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons, and we want to buy your house.
If you're considering selling your home for any reason, let Seller's Advantage show you a better way to sell your home.
With no agent fees, no commissions, no hassles, and no repairs.
Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days. We don't just promise more, we deliver a much better customer experience.
Check out our Google reviews and see how.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com for free, no obligation cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. One ticket, two matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
I've never done my hands. Should I do my hands? That's the thing. I get the petty all the time because of my feet. I haven't got the mani yet. Nor have I. I just can't sit there
You
and let
gonna
somebody
take the
do that.
plunge today?
I might do that maybe today.
Nice.
Get little daisies put on your fingernails.
I feel so awkward. I'm sitting there and somebody's doing my nails.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
What's up, kiddos? It's Clinton Yates, the Big CY. You've seen me on your television. You've read what I write because I am first and foremost a journalist. And that's why I'm on live 5 days a week from 7 to 9 a.m. on Clinton and Friends. On my new show, we're going to talk about what I find interesting in the sports world, from college coaches that think they're bigger than the sport to who I will pay to go see live. So pop that radio on early before Travis and DeMarco and make Clinton and Friends part of your daily routine from 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN 710, kiddos.
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
How is that related?
On 710 ESPN.
Sorry, young man, there's no skating in, so we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick.
Oh, come on now.
Coast.
Andre.
All right, I just had 3 little pieces of chocolate, so that should get me through the next 2 hours.
Oh, let's go. You're ready. You're fired up.
Yeah. I always need something sweet, man. That is going to be my downfall. I just need just a little taste of something sweet. I can't just do it.
Un cafecito? No, that's too much for you.
No, I don't want caffeine. I want to go to
It's
sleep.
gonna mess you.
Yeah.
Just a little chocolate, just one of those?
Perfect. 3 little ones, yeah.
Yeah, get those Justins, those protein chocolates.
I don't know whose desk I stole it from, but they had a jar of them, so I just took 3 little ones that they had.
Probably Janessa in the back.
It was probably Janessa. So, yeah. So I was looking for somebody that had something sweet at their desk. So anyway, Beto, you brought up a great point when we were talking about the All-Star game, right? So Adam Silver, we played the bite where he talked about these guys have so much exposure now, right? And here's the thing. When you and I were growing up like old men, all right? This is what you need to know, DeAndre. When I was, I don't know, a little kid, the NBA would come on NBC, okay? Mm-hmm. And by the way, before that it was on CBS, but I vaguely remember that. That was like Magic Larry, early 80s. Or
Brent Musburger.
Correct, Brent Musburger.
Pat O'Brien, the studio host.
Yeah, 100%. So that's like my first real memory, but like I really, really, really got into the NBA when it was on NBC, right? You had Costas in the studio, you had Marv, right? You had Mike Fratello, right?
Yeah,
the
the
czar, the telestrip. I saw the czar the other day.
Yeah. And then Inside Stuff did a great job of promoting the league. With
Correct.
Ahmad
Willow
Rashad.
Bay, Ahmad Rashad, right.
Yeah.
And then the second team I remember was Tom Hammond, the late great Bill Walton, and
Snapper Jones.
And Snapper Jones, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, those were the games. Like that. If you wanted to watch NBA basketball back then, it was like your team is playing on Saturday or Sunday on NBC, and you're like, bro, I got to watch that game. Because, you can watch your local games, right? So you'd watch teams when they'd come in on your local TV, right?
There was also, George, for me, we didn't have cable when I was a little kid. So I would only watch Laker games
when they were on
the road.
Right.
Channel 9.
Right,
so
when they were on KCAL. Right.
Oh, you got to see these games on the road. You never got to see. You'd only see them once.
And that was basically the way it was everywhere for the most part, pre-cable. And then cable came in the 80s, and you could watch it on your RSN or whatever. But still, you were only watching your team.
Yep.
And then whenever other teams obviously would come in to play them, and you would watch like the big Sunday or Saturday or Sunday games on NBC, and but back to be on a game on Saturday or Sunday on NBC, like you had to be good.
You were playoff bound.
Right. So like the Lakers were always on, right? The Celtics were always on. The
Bulls.
The Bulls with Jordan. The Knicks with Ewing. The Rockets with Olajuwon.
Hey, the Suns, because they had Kevin Johnson.
The Suns, right, with Barkley and Kevin Johnson.
Every now and then Magic, the Orlando Magic.
Magic with Shaq and Penny. The Heat with Pat Riley, Alonzo Mourning, and Tim Hardaway. Like, they were on. So, like, that was kind of – it wasn't a ton of teams that were on.
And it was just one game, DeAndre, and that was it.
And it was, one game. No, there was a doubleheader on one. There was usually a doubleheader. There was an East Coast and a West Coast game.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was why there were 2 teams. There was the Snapper Jones and the Marv Albert team. So they would so you would watch these games, and you looked forward to every week like, oh, man, my team is on NBC this week. I'm watching that. You know what I'm saying? So these guys, to Adam Silver's point, they didn't have that kind of – now – literally every godforsaken game is on your phone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Phone.
Like you can watch every game, anytime, anywhere, wherever they're playing. It doesn't matter. So, like the kind of the nature of the game and look, it's a great thing that it's so accessible.
Absolutely.
But I think that there's a sense of overexposure maybe at times.
Yeah.
So the All-Star game doesn't mean as much, and all these other things don't mean as much. The playoffs still mean a lot, obviously. But everything else didn't mean as much because you're already getting all this love and attention and whatever. Social media obviously amplifies that too. But
we know these players in and out now, George, because their own channels, because we know
they are their own business. Right.
From elementary all the way. Remember, back to the inside stuff. Ahmad Rashad would sit down with Jordan, and that was the only time we ever heard from Jordan. And we didn't hear anything else from him, or we didn't know anything about him. Now your kids have their own spots on Overtime.
Everybody's got their own podcast.
Everybody's got everything, and you know about them growing up. So when they get to the NBA, when you're on All-Star Weekend, you don't really know what is what, right? And then now because they play so much, you don't really know if there's an East against a West. Remember, there used to be a rivalry, East and West.
Oh my God, yeah.
Now they all blend in, right? Like
right.
the conferences are all blend in. The leagues, the divisions are all blend in. So what I was trying to say earlier was you don't need an all-star game to showcase your stars because they get showcased every
all
single
the time.
night.
Yeah.
And kids know who the players are individually. And how many people are LeBron fans, KD fans, but they're not fans of the team.
Right.
And that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So the all-star game, it's not really a big deal anymore. It doesn't matter.
Right. So what I think, like, that certainly, while it's been great for the game, it's also hurt the game. But there still needs to be a sense of for as much as your point is right, Beto, like we see these guys play against each other all the time. The AAU stuff doesn't help. These guys have known each other since they were like 10 years old. You know what I mean?
It's all buddy.
Correct.
That's why I like a guy like McDaniels from the Wolves. He just goes after people. He doesn't care who's in front of him, right?
Well, I mean,
not
look,
shaking hands.
Draymond. I mean, we were just talking about Draymond. Draymond goes out everybody's neck. It doesn't matter. You know? Chris Paul. People can make fun of Chris Paul, and I know this weekend there was a reason to. But but he goes at it. You know why I got a chance to be just a tiny bit around Wemby this weekend. And I talked to Chris Paul at length about Wemby. And I had already talked to Harrison Barnes about Wemby. Wemby is going to be a killer. Wemby is not going to be these, I'm friends with these guys. He's going to kill you. He wants to get after it every single night. And I wish that there was an American counterpart to that right now. And I don't
needs a foil? He needs somebody to be his rival?
Yeah. And I don't believe that person exists yet. I don't think Anthony Edwards is there yet. In the sense of, like, I think he wants to bust your ass on the floor, but I feel like he still wants to be friends.
So he went out. I saw a couple posts that were posted on social media.
He took a shot at Wemby.
He took a shot at Wemby, but
so maybe that's it. Maybe that's what sparks
but
it.
But he also said, like, I don't want to be the face of the league. I don't want to be the face of the league.
Wait, he said that?
Yeah.
Why?
He said that's what they got Wemby for.
Oh my! Wasn't he at the Olympics barking about how he's the best? He's this and that.
Right. He doesn't mind being the best player. He doesn't want to be the face. That's a different deal. Being the face of the NBA, being the best player in the NBA is a completely different conversation.
He has to be a good role model for that to happen, right?
Well, I don't know about that. I just think he doesn't want his life to be judged every moment of his day, right? And that's fine. Not Charles Barkley used to have that same position.
Yeah,
Charles Barkley literally had commercials that said, "I'm not a role model." While he threw some dude through a plate glass window in Orlando.
And take shots at every city possible.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know.
DeAndre, you know that story about Charles in the glass?
I don't know.
Oh,
some
just
dude was
Google it.
busting his balls about something in a bar in Orlando, and he threw him through the glass window. Yeah. That's a real story.
Just
It was
Google it.
wild times back then.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That was before social media, before the cell phone would took pictures of that.
Yeah.
So I got a good question. So as far as exposure and stuff like that, we see these new television outlets coming as far as NBC coming back.
And Amazon is in. Right?
Yeah. So to your guys' credit, is that going to help or hurt the NBA as far as
I think it will help. And the reason I think it will help, first of all, I think more competition breeds better quality of a product, I think, from a media perspective, which means that the media companies, all three of them, will push the boundaries on what we can do, right? So I think it will help in that regard. And then I think that becomes better access for the fans, and I think becomes better opportunities for the players, too. So I do think it should have a positive effect on top of the obvious money part of it, right? Like that's easy. But yeah, I do think it will have a positive effect. I just think that the way to get back to the All-Star game, that's an internal thing. Like, that's going to have to be on them. Like, you know, the NBA maybe overthought it a little bit too much this past year.
Yeah.
And then the players, I guess, got tired of being told that they didn't try hard enough. And they finally did try hard enough. And then the rest of the stuff didn't work out well. Yeah. So we'll see how it moves forward.
The streaming stuff is going to be good, DeAndre, because youngsters like yourself and like my son.
It's easier. People will watch it on Amazon.
That's exactly what you want to have. Look, I don't watch a TV that often anymore. I watch everything from my computer, whatever apps I'm using, and I'm in that mid-range where I'm older, but I'm still young enough to understand how to use the apps. Yeah. And as the older generation phases out, you know, everybody's
it's all going to be that. Yeah.
It's all going to be that.
For sure. Hey, it's a Michelob Ultra Monday, Ultra Reaction Monday, Beto. We need to react to All-Star Weekend. NBA All-Star Weekend. LeBron, we've got some news on him and his injury. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Only worth it if you enjoy it. Let's get into the LeBron injury and the sitting out of the All-Star game, because Adam Silver talked to us about that too. So all that coming up next.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
It's T-Raj and D4.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Best place to watch sports. Cosm is the ultimate sports experience. NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League, WWE, more. On massive, high-resolution displays, you got to experience the Dome at Cosm. Immersive shared reality that wraps around you. It's like being on the field or on the court. Inside the hall at Cosm, wall-to-wall live multi-view sports. Go to Cosm.com to get your tickets today. That's COSM.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going.
Yes! Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Linz.
Well, what you need to know is that a 55-year-old tourist that was visiting Turks and Caicos over the weekend lost both of their hands due to a shark attack because they were trying to grab the shark to pose with it to take a picture.
Okay, that's dumb. I was just going to say I love Turks and Caicos.
Come on.
Yeah, that's one of the places I was looking at going on vacation at some point in the next
beautiful.
year or two. But then, I don't know, this kind of scared me. So
no, I mean, but there's sharks kind of everywhere. I mean, the ocean is kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like,
also, the person was trying to, like, grab the shark and take a picture
Yeah, what
with
are you, dumb?
That's like the people that were
Where's
trying
this person from?
I think they're from the U.S. Didn't say
No,
where.
where in the U.S., though? Does it say?
No, actually, she's from Canada.
I mean, seriously. What are you doing in Canada up there?
So they grabbed the shark to hold it for a picture.
Yep. They said the woman attempted to engage with the animal.
That's your problem.
Saying, they provoked him, and then
you think
it was just a couple feet within the beach, and then the shark bit off both of their arms.
Yes, the shark is going to leave you alone until you. Again, don't start none, won't be none. Wow, I'm not trying to say that's what you get, but that's what you get.
I mean, it is kind of what you get. By the way, did you guys see? I think it was last week or the week before that they found that megalodon shark that's like 550 years old in the ocean.
I've heard of it.
They haven't seen it in like 100 years or something. I don't know how they track these things, or how they've tracked it, knowing that it hadn't been seen in over 100 years. But it was like 550 something years old. That's crazy. Sharks are dinosaurs.
That's a Michael Thompson story right there. You know he's going to be all about it. He's going to give us like 10 facts about that shark tomorrow.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
It is.
Sharks. I mean, like I said, they're dinosaurs. It's nuts. They're scary. Don't mess with the sharks.
Never.
Or they'll bite
they
your
made a
arms
movie
off.
about it.
A lot of movies about it.
No.
You know, I got in this wormhole today about when I was looking about the sharks. And no, it was about alligators, because it was a story about how American crocodiles are no longer, not only they're not endangered anymore, but they're actually like overpopulated down in southern Florida. Yeah.
Shocker. What a shocker.
They live in like the mangroves areas, like the swamps with the mangrove trees, because everyone assumes that there's just alligators because crocodiles, I guess, are only in salt water, but there's saltwater mangrove lakes and areas like right on the coast.
Yeah.
And there's tons of crocodiles.
Right.
And South Florida is the only place in the world where crocodiles and alligators coexist in the same bodies of water.
Liz, you want to go down a rabbit hole?
Sure.
Google Miami airport animals, exotic animals.
Okay.
And all the stuff that gets left there by people who are trying to smuggle them into the country.
Idiots.
Or they get busted by...
Oh, yeah. I have a buddy who works at TSA, and he talks about it.
What do they do with them?
I mean, they give them back. They put them back in their natural habitat.
Good.
Or they try to, or the ones that are from foreign countries that they don't want in the United States to mess up the population.
Yeah, they ship them back.
Yeah. Just go. You can go this crazy. Like, there's like certain people who that's their job is to come get these crazy snakes that get left in by the Miami airport. Oh,
that'd be the worst job.
Although those guys charge a lot of money.
Yeah, good point. You got to.
Like the random stuff you go down on these rabbit holes. That's it, man. There's no need. There's no need. Like there's no need for some of these people to have certain animals. Like I remember my son wanted a snake when he was little. I'm like, okay, we got one of those little snakes. Like this is dumb. Like,
no, bro. None of my kids getting a snake, bro. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
Be like, that's when I step in and go, what, are you crazy? No, we're not getting a snake. That's it. End of story.
Yeah, Mattel had it for a couple months, and then I was like, oh, he died. Shocker. Oh, bye. I was like,
how long did he live?
Only a couple months. It was like one of those like small little snakes that they had. But like the people at Venice Beach, they have like those huge like pythons walking around with them. Or heck, even Jake the Snake Roberts. What's wrong with him walking around with that snake?
He loved that snake.
Oh, man. They're still animals. They're going to get you.
They're going to get you.
They are. You can't trust them. I don't care if they're your friend or not. Like there's a boxer I know, Oscar Valdez. He has a snake, or he has an alligator on his ranch in Mexico. He's named Steve after Steve Irwin. He goes swimming with his freaking alligator.
Yeah, that's
like
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. He puts the muzzle on him, but he goes swimming with him.
He has to put a muzzle on it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand why.
He's still.
Still an alligator.
All right, let's talk about LeBron. So let's talk about
to him,
the All-Star game part of it first, and then we can get to the injury part of it. So, apparently, the Lakers told the league that, I believe at 2 o'clock yesterday, that, the foot's not any better, and they don't think, that everyone came to an agreement that he shouldn't play, right? Now, I would say this, that once everyone came to an agreement that he couldn't play, once everyone came to an agreement why he shouldn't play, that should have been, hey, let's get a private jet on here so like Norman Powell or Domantas Sabonis or one of these guys can get on a plane to be here. And by the way, I would say the same thing with Anthony Edwards. Even though I did see Anthony Edwards warming up in his uniform, like that's a little different. LeBron didn't show up, didn't even dress. So like once that determination was made, get somebody up here. Like have that conversation early in the day. Everyone knew he was dealing with a foot thing, right? Have that conversation earlier in the day. Give someone a chance. Like Norman Powell,
man,
that guy will never probably be an All-Star again. Like this was his shot. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong.
I'm devastated that I didn't get to see him play in that game.
No, but
but
don't be ridiculous though, because that's
so good.
That's silly. Like that guy's never gonna have that chance. Could you imagine? Like this is your one chance to do something, and it could have happened if they just would have handled like the situation a little better. Like if they would have just decided, hey, you know what? We need an answer by 9 a.m. or even noon. You know what I mean? Like, the game wasn't until 5.
I get that, but don't you think that, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't think that LeBron is that big of a jerk where he purposely waited to the last minute.
I don't know if I don't think it was, I don't put it all on him either, though. Like, that's also on the league.
Someone somewhere should have been like, hey, man, if you don't think you're going to play, you better tell us now.
Right. That's my point.
Saturday night would have been good.
Even Sunday morning, I would take that because, again, you can get somebody on a plane. You could have gotten Norman Powell or Devin Booker or someone Domantas Sabonis. All those guys are right there. Devin Booker's in Phoenix. It's an hour-and-a-half flight, okay? Norman Powell's in L.A. It's an hour flight. Domantas Sabonis is in Sacramento. He could drive there, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? If those guys are even in town. But I bet you know what? Even if they were out of town, they would probably make an effort to try to be in the game. So if you just could have determined that stuff prior to that, that is a failure of epic proportion on everybody's side, is what I would say. But they made that determination so late in the game that, it's of course you're going to have this situation. Yeah, and it looks bad on everybody.
Yeah. The thing about Norman Powell, Lentz, is that he's having probably the best season of his life if he ever has another one of those.
He's having an incredible season for anybody's life right now.
And then because the West is so loaded, he's never going to be able to get voted in there or get appointed to it.
No chance.
And he might have been there. Those young guys go up there for an All-Star break.
He almost got in probably on the coaches' vote anyway, is my guess.
But LeBron, are we surprised that he didn't play? No, because on Wednesday when the Lakers played the Jazz, he didn't play the fourth quarter, and I think we were talking about it okay, maybe it's best if they don't play this weekend, right? Luka's not playing. Let LeBron heal up as much as you can. Still go be the ambassador, but if you're dealing with that ankle, you kind of know. Like Anthony Edwards, I think he has a groin. That's why he didn't play, right? So he going through the warm-ups, and then, okay, you're not going to have him. But
he
LeBron,
did warm up. That is a little different.
That's a different story, right? Like LeBron, in the morning.
But how do you know, that morning he wasn't, working out, and he wasn't like, you know what, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was.
You really think he's trying to work out for the
No, but
All-Star
Anthony
game?
Edwards is in uniform on the court with everybody warming up. That's different. LeBron arrived in the arena and never changed from the street clothes he was in. That's a little different.
All right, the YouTube chat is saying that Norman Powell was in the three-point contest. So he was already there.
Oh, that's right. He was in the three-point competition.
So he was there.
Yeah,
so
he was already
there was
there.
plenty of time then if it was at 2 o'clock, right?
He might have left, is what I'm guessing,
okay.
after Saturday.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes
but
sense.
if they would have known, to Beto's point, if you would have known Saturday, hey, you got to let us know by. I mean, it used to be back, not even that far back in the day, just a few years ago. You had to be there Friday for All-Star Media Day or whatever.
Yeah, you did.
So it was a failure on everybody's part, is what I would say. On LeBron's part. On the league's fault, that needed to be sorted out because I forgot Norman Powell was in the 3-point competition. He could have just stayed.
Look, if you're a Laker fan, you're good. LeBron didn't play. Let him heal that injury. But if you're an NBA fan, man, does it look a little suspicious? Does it look a little bit of hey, look at me, I'm LeBron. We're all talking about it now.
I don't think it has anything to do with that. I don't think it's he wants people to. I think the last thing he wants is people to talk about him ditching the game. I don't think that's what he wanted. But I think again, it all could have been handled differently.
All of it.
I don't think LeBron craves the negative. He's not Draymond. He doesn't go out there seeking negative attention. I don't believe that.
He just wants everyone to love him, and that's why I feel that's not something I don't think he intentionally did.
Here's how you could have got the love. Saturday night, hey, my ankle doesn't work.
Correct.
I'm not going to be able to play.
It doesn't
Norman Powell,
even
come on through.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Even Sunday morning, because no way Norman Powell left Saturday night.
No.
Okay? Saturday night, he's sticking around.
That's right.
He probably left in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I'm saying. That could have been done differently. All right, now, real quick on the actual so Adam Silver, we asked him about LeBron not playing, and look, he was very understanding about it. But I still, regardless, have an issue with both the league and whether it's LeBron and the team or whoever not deciding on this earlier. But here's what Adam said about it.
It's always incredibly frustrating. I mean, for any All-Star not to be able to play, but I think in particular LeBron. On the other hand, I recognize, nobody has paid his dues more to the league and to the fans than LeBron has. So I understand it. I spoke to him in the locker room when he arrived tonight, and he feels terrible about the fact he can't play. But I think there's also recognition on a 40-year-old's body. We don't want to create unnecessary risk. But having said that, I think LeBron was the first to say he's excited about this new format. He's looking forward to giving some of the young guys those extra minutes, and he'll be cheering from the sidelines.
All right, so there's that. Now, in regards to the actual injury, Ramona Shelburne today on NBA Today said this about LeBron's foot.
The Lakers sent word to the league about 2 o'clock yesterday that he was still dealing with foot and ankle soreness, and he'd been listed as day-to-day. And, he's had this lingering issue for quite some time. The sense that they reported to the league was that the discomfort in his ankle had actually increased since the last game. And so I think he's prioritizing the stretch run for the Lakers, but also he needs to get out there and they have a lot of new pieces. They got to redo everything. They lost their last game against the Utah Jazz. And I think, for him, he's got to prioritize that.
So there you have it. And look, I get it.
Well,
there's 30 games left.
And he has a week between games. They played last Wednesday. They'll play again this Wednesday. So a full week of rest.
And the foot thing has been lingering since the Boston game, basically.
Yeah. It's been on and off with him. You're used to it. Every game he's on the injury list as probable with the ankle.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Like, you want to see somebody out there, but it's like, do a little earlier, man.
If you're a Laker fan, I don't think you're super worried about it.
No, a Laker fan, you should be happy that he didn't play. Like, you should be happy that Luka wasn't there. Keep them off their feet. Get ready to go because there's, 30 games left to go in the regular season. That's what's going to matter.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Luka in that post where he was, like, chilling by the pool watching the game on his iPad or computer.
No, I didn't see that. That's funny.
That was Luka. That was Luka's social team. There's no way Luka watched that game.
He at least had it on for a minute, right?
Yeah, for the picture you do.
Hey, all right, coming up next, I guess there's more scuttlebutt about Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Let's tackle that next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason in Ireland tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Sylmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Sylmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
They have some of the best reviews in town. Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer that can match what you'd end up with after paying for expensive repairs and agent commissions without the hassle of listing your home. Plus, they take pride in buying on your terms. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747. Or, better yet, go to their website, sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Really? You haven't? Oh, my B.
Yeah.
My B.
Your B.
On 710 ESPN.
Damn, dog. Sean Penn.
Yeah.
This is a mean movie back in the day,
That's a
man.
movie right there, man. Man, why are you playing this one, DeAndre?
It was Ice-T's birthday yesterday.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why there was a marathon of SVU the other night.
Mario Lopez was in this movie?
No, he was too young.
That's what it says here.
No, man.
He was Felipe's friend.
In the early 80s? Nah.
He would have been like, that's
No,
like
this
when
is
he
like
started
87,
on Saved by the Bell.
dude. Yeah, it sounds about right. Robert
like
Duvall,
12, 13
Sean
years
Penn.
old?
Maria Conchita Alonso, remember her?
Oh, she was good, yeah. That's a deep cut.
Don
right there. That's a
Cheadle
good
was in
movie.
this movie.
Yeah, early on. A lot of people
I
early
met
on
Don
in that
Cheadle.
movie.
Yeah, man.
He's a good dude, huh?
Oh, he's a good dude, man. Met him at
Super
Lakers game.
nice.
He was real nice.
Yeah.
He seems like a good dude.
Yeah, I met him like 2 times that fight.
1988,
Super
Beto.
nice.
I mean, Mario Lopez in
Oh, yeah.
1988.
Might have been like 14, 15 years old.
Right,
something like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
That's Cappy's amigo. Hopefully he wished him a happy birthday.
All right, real quick. Let's get into this Matthew Stafford stuff. So, Lindsay, what is Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk saying about this?
He said, hold on, let me pull that up here. He had a report earlier today about there's a weird, the word that he used was weird. He said there was a weird vibe right now between Matthew Stafford
two
and
parties.
the Rams.
Yeah.
He said, although it's not as dire as the Deshaun Watson debacle in Cleveland, the Rams have a mess. And then he goes on to say like how they could kick the cap by extending his contract, but he's 37, so at what point will the Rams pivot to someone more than a decade younger than him?
Yeah, look, I do think that I don't know about mess. Mess seems strong, is what I would say. But I get the sense that there is a legit, maybe even standoff is too strong, too. But what I would say is there is a legit disagreement, maybe perhaps, on how to move forward on this. The Staffords want guaranteed money. Right? As much of it as possible.
I love how you say the Staffords when with any other quarterback, you're just naming the quarterback.
Well, I mean, clearly we know his wife is involved,
I
right?
just
like
think
this
it's
is
funny.
not like some secret. You know what I mean?
No, we know who's going to send the tweets. We know.
I mean, we know we know that it's not a secret. So I'm not trying to be out of pocket here by saying that, but she has injected herself into this conversation.
100%.
It's a family decision, as she would say.
Also, Jordan Rodriguez from The Athletic said that, I quote, the sides met to talk before the Super Bowl, although not much progressed after their opening conversations.
Yeah, we should have her on.
Okay.
She's so good. She's really, really talented.
Yeah,
This is what
I mean, she's been on with like Mason and Ireland, but that's not the same.
Yeah, and she has a great personality too, so she'd be great on this show.
I feel like Mace is on his way to the gym listening to that, like cursing my name.
No, you lost a friend. This is fascinating about the NFL world, George. That was it. A week ago was the Super Bowl, and right now it's what's going to happen with the contracts with quarterbacks. The contract.
Oh, I love it.
The NFL takes over all year.
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't. Like, I still feel like here, like, it's still a story, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
people are way more interested in LeBron's foot and Luka than they are Matthew
absolutely.
Stafford. Like, let's
But
not
you
get
gotta-
it twisted.
Yeah, but you got to acknowledge, like, okay, this is something big here.
Oh, no,
because now
it's a
you have-
big deal.
Yeah.
Listen, when your Super Bowl champion winning quarterback and an organization are not on the same page, yeah, I think that's a real. And here's the thing. Coaching the aging superstar is always the toughest job in sports. And I think McVay has done a really good job of taking a lot of bullets. But I think that, there's a limit to, and I'm not just talking about McVay, there's a limit to the organization's patience on some stuff. And also, by the way, they have to act in their own best interest, and so do the Staffords, is what I would
the
say.
expensive aging superstar. Because last week when you guys had a Kirk on, he was talking about this, like, where would he go? What opportunities? What
There's not a lot
positions
of
can
them.
you go to?
Yeah.
There isn't. You guys were breaking it down. But if you're Stafford's side, you don't hear what Kirk is saying. You don't see what Kirk is saying. It's like, no, we are still at this level.
But there's not a lot of them, but there's enough of them, is what I would say.
Just enough where he has a little bit of leverage.
Well, because this quarterback draft is not a great draft. Like,
No.
Cam and Shador are clearly the top two guys, okay? And I don't even know if any of them are slam dunk guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you're like, of course. You know, like when Andrew Luck was coming into the draft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
like
Trevor Lawrence or anything like that. And there is no, like,
Well,
Cam
Trevor Lawrence
good.
is not a slam dunk either. Now,
No, but
granted, it could be situation in Jacksonville, but
I'm saying when he was coming out, it was like, okay, this is our guy, right? Cam is more of, okay, he's been around, he's good, but it's not like, is he your number one pick, right?
So I think with those two guys, it's just more of the body of work is somewhat incomplete, right?
Yeah.
With Shador, whoa. Oh, that's Carlo's phone going
Oh,
off.
EAS?
Yeah, and then everybody's phone.
No, there's some kind of a alert going on. I don't have one on my phone, though. Do you guys?
No, I don't either.
Some kind of test,
It's
yeah.
just this one.
Oh, weird.
Is it on yours, Beto?
No, it'll.
Here, I'll read it. Just make sure.
Sometimes there's like an Amber Alert or something, you know? Earthquake
Oh,
alert.
yeah, child abduction alert.
An endangered missing advisory has been activated by the California Highway Patrol on behalf of the Glendale Police Department. A young person named Matthew. I'm not trying to joke. I'm being serious. A young person named Matthew Rosete.
Now we're getting them on our phone.
Is missing and endangered. Matthew Rosete was last seen on February 16th in Glendale.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, hopefully, if you know anyone that, now all our phones are going off.
Yeah, they're all
if anyone knows, Matthew Rosete's family and can help him out, seriously. So
that's scary. Every time you see one of those things with the kids, you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, it's terrifying. You know what I'm saying? Like, So, I don't know.
That's why anytime I see something where, like, teenagers, I send it to my daughter right away. Like, don't make dumb decisions. Be smart. Know your friends. Like,
Matthew Rosete. I don't know if he's a kid. It doesn't specify. But if you know Matthew Rosete or his family and you can find this person, help them out. Help the family
Call the
out.
police.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, quick.
Especially if you're in that Glendale area. Anyway, I don't even remember what we were talking about before.
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. Thank you.
Cam Ward, I think.
Oh, yeah. Look, Cam Ward, he's played 3 years, right, at like a real Power 4 level.
Yeah.
He was great last year. But he also had like 12 seconds to throw the ball because he had one of the best offensive lines in college football.
Did you do any of his games?
I did not.
Okay, you missed him.
No, I did not have them last year.
Yeah.
But I watched them plenty, you know. So there's that. And it's the flip side for Shador, where he had like negative 12 seconds to throw the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he literally, the ball hadn't even snapped yet and there was people in his lap. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Like I feel like some of their body of work is somewhat incomplete. The arm strength and the ability to make all the throws for both guys is there. And then there's some people you talk to that think Jackson Dart can be a nice player,
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
And the guys like Shador and a guy like Ward, they're going to go into bad situations because they're going to get drafted high.
Right.
And it's like, what are they going to do?
So the point is Matthew Stafford willing to go into one of those other bad situations that needs a quarterback, like the Giants, where his brother-in-law is going to be coaching now?
Yeah. Oh, I love those conspiracy theories now.
That's just it. Because the quarterback situation is not plentiful this season in the draft, there is some chance that Matthew Stafford could find himself the ability to get the deal he wants somewhere else. But, again, he's under contract, so he needs to be traded.
Yeah. Now, also, the people saying, like, oh, the Rams should draft somebody and Matthew Stafford could mentor him. Do you think he has any kind of interest in doing that?
I don't know the answer to that question, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I don't at all.
I feel like he's still playing at such a high level that
He's like,
you
"I ain't got time for this
usually
kid."
it's like I understand that he's older and that he's
Yeah.
not in the prime of his career anymore, but look at how he played last year. It doesn't seem like he should be wanting to play for a team that's going to win
It should
instead of worrying about mentoring a younger guy.
He'll be 38. He should be playing for a contender. That's the way you want to be at the end of your career.
And he's on one. So,
Yeah.
he just is not going to – he may not get the contract he wants exactly, but whatever. All right, Radio Tinder. We will talk more Matthew Stafford a little bit later. Radio Tinder is up next. But first, I didn't see any live reads.
My bad.
Well, let's talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie. Oh, it's there now. Listen, it's very simple. You get into an accident, you call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. If you get into an accident with a commercial vehicle, van, or truck, 18-wheeler, man, you don't want to deal with this on your own. You don't want to deal with the insurance company. You got to call Jacob, because he'll handle all this stuff. Trust me. The last thing you want to do is the next day accept some offer that they come up with, and you're not going to get anything you need sorted out. Those commercial drivers have special licenses to operate those vehicles. They also have to log their daily activities. So if you're injured in an accident caused by a commercial vehicle, 18-wheeler, etc., call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. My guy Jacob and his team, they know what to look for, whether the driver's been driving too long without a brake or his load was unbalanced in the vehicle. All sorts of ways, right? Jacob and his team, they can hold the commercial vehicle company responsible. And by doing so, they're able to get you the medical care and settlement you deserve, not the one the insurance company wanted to give you 12 hours after the accident happened. So call Jacob. He'll win for you guys. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or visit them online at calljacob.com. And by the way, if you or a loved one, we've mentioned this before, have been injured or lost property due to the wildfires, lawsuits have been filed against those responsible. So call Jacob for a case evaluation to help review your insurance policy, claims, etc., all completely free. So together, we are LA Strong.
LeBron.
Here's LeBron down the middle with a Thunderdome.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Enjoy President's Day savings all month long at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SE for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance Program. Carden Alleyway Hyundai, just off the 91 freeway, or visit CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. $39.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year. Plus tax, license, $85 dock fee, and registration. No security deposit on approved HMF credit expires March 3rd, 2025.
National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you. With flexible online classes and career-focused resources, you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Empower your future today at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams: Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
And it is Sedano and Cap. Around 5:30 p.m. in the Southland Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Hey, wait, Lindsay.
Thanks, Sedano.
What is this theme?
So this is.
Oh!
You know this.
The Tonight Show, no?
Yeah, with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
There's like different versions-ish, right? For each
Yeah.
host?
This was his version, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Questlove got the roots as a band. Like, he has the best band.
Very interesting.
So, on this day, the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon premiered 2014.
Nice.
Man, that's a long time. 11 years already? He's got to be close to being done, right?
There's been chatter about that for a while, yeah.
He's on Channel 4? Who's he on?
Yes, Channel 4.
NBC.
Okay. NBC, yeah.
NBC.
You just talking to your remote like Cappy did, Beto?
No, I'm just trying to figure out where he would be.
You're like NBC.
Yeah. I can't.
I don't watch those shows. I know everyone was talking about like the SNL thing yesterday, the SNL special, and I know, Beto, that you said that you watched some of it or clips of it. And I was like deep into the White, like I was counting down until I could like watch the White Lotus on HBO yesterday. And as soon as that popped up, I was like, bye. That's what I'm watching. I was very, very engulfed in that. Do you watch that show, George?
I do not. My wife does.
Oh, it's such a good show. You got to watch it.
I've heard. Yeah, I want to watch it from the beginning though, so I have to like catch up.
Well, each season's
they're
different.
Totally separate.
Right.
There is a little bit of continuity, and I won't spoil for you throughout the 3 seasons. However, they don't really have that much to do with each other, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
then okay.
Yeah, they're like standalone. They're just like little nuggets that you could like call back to the old season.
Yeah, for SNL, I told you I was like all about Black Jeopardy and the Weekend Update. That's all I needed. They had Pedro Pascal was in there, and Bad Bunny showed up.
Oh yeah, Bad Bunny.
Oh really?
Yeah, there was a skit where there was the one wedding, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I went." The girl was like, "Oh, we went on the girls' trip," and it's like, "Oh, you met this guy?" And it was like Bad Bunny. Like, "Oh yeah, nothing happened. Sure."
Interesting.
Pretty good. Yeah, that was it. For the rest of them, all like, "Yeah, that's cool." Like SNL ain't for me.
Yeah, I used to like it back in the day.
Oh no, I want to watch the 50th anniversary though. That there's I'm sure a lot of cool moments.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters that came in. A lot of people came back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning made an appearance.
Right, he's been on a bunch of times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Radio Tinder time. And I don't know if you guys are any of the people that were from among the select accounts to preview this feature, but in a bid to give users an option to prioritize their comments, Instagram is planning on rolling out a dislike button. The new feature is aimed at giving people a private way to signal that they don't feel good about that particular comment. The button is a downward-facing arrow next to the like button in the comments, and it's currently being tested with select accounts. So I guess a lot of people were like taking screenshots of it, people that were like chosen to test it. And I'm not sure, it doesn't say like whether or not it's going to be able to be visible by everybody, or if it's just like you're the only one that's going to be able to see the dislike. But do you guys like the idea of the dislike button on Instagram? Swipe left or swipe right, George?
Yeah, I mean YouTube has that, doesn't it? Right?
Yeah.
There's a thumbs up, thumbs down. So I guess, yeah. I mean, it's not like revolutionary in that sense, you know. Bye, Gregory.
Oh, he's going to boxing class?
Does he have a boxing class?
So I hooked up Bergman with a boxing class in the Valley at Brick House Boxing. So he's been working out.
He needs to take out his frustration, I guess.
And I got the report back that he actually did pretty good.
Look at that.
You know who's also boxing?
You know, Greg actually, I mean, you know, as you know, I'm not one to suck up to him, but he's actually a pretty good athlete.
Yes, he is. He
Yeah.
is. Yeah, we'll give him credit
Cappy's
for that.
also training to box. Maybe we can.
Yeah, although that video I ended up seeing, and it was
He
sold.
didn't do himself any favors.
It was built up to be something that it wasn't, is what I would say.
Said he looked very old in that
Very
video. Cappy.
cringe in there.
So, Beto, what do you think about the dislike?
Not a big deal because people let me know they don't like me all the time, so it doesn't matter. Like they leave the comments on there, like a thumbs up, thumb down doesn't matter to me. But it'd be interesting if you can like flag those kind of comments and nobody else sees that you can give it a dislike. So I mean, I know they want to try to clean it up a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Like I told you guys last week, I'm trying to use it less and less my social media.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I don't even look at the comments anymore.
I don't know what to do. Honestly, if I could find a better place for the community on Twitter, I would.
Well, I told you what I did.
I mean,
rid of
how
it on
does
my
Discord work? Is Discord good for stuff like that? I would imagine it is, right?
I used it for Pokemon Go.
No, that's funny.
That's the only thing I ever used it for.
Discord for my video games whenever like my boys.
Yeah,
have
I feel like I know a lot of people use
Yeah.
Discord. I have to familiarize myself with it first before I make the decision to migrate everyone over. But
Yeah, I didn't know that. This is part of the reason why I took Twitter off of my phone, and I only use it on my computer now.
because
when I'm
Discord
doing
is
the
also
Laker game.
private, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you type in the community, everybody sees your tweet now?
Yeah, that's new. That's like somewhat new.
Last few
That's the whole
months,
point of
it goes on your
communities.
general timeline too.
Yeah, and everyone said there's like a setting that you can change it. But yeah, that was the whole point of the community is having like a separate siloed conversation.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that like, you're tweeting a lot. I'm like, no, I'm not. And it was my community tweets were going to the regular.
Correct.
Yeah, you got to click on that. You got to click on that everyone and put it, just for whatever community you're tweeting at, man.
No, I do put it on the community.
Yeah,
but even your community tweets pop up on your. If you go to if you go to your Twitter,
yeah,
it pops up for everybody.
It pops up on your general timeline too.
Even just when you,
it just says Sedano and Kap community on top.
Yeah,
it's weird because then everyone's like, "What is that?"
Well, because somebody told me, like, hey, you interact with some different people, right? I'm like, oh, I was interacting with Dead. I should know better. But I thought in the community it's fine, but I don't want my regular people to know I interact with that guy.
All right, what's next, Lindsay?
DeAndre's got the next one.
Alrighty, so over the weekend, University of Illinois had a game against Michigan State. And they had, before the game started, they had a jersey retirement for Terrence Shannon Jr., who currently plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, right?
Yeah. Obviously, jersey retirement, it's a special night for, a select individual. So when they get ready to unveil the jersey, it was upside down.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't see this.
Poor guy.
So in that situation, if you have a special night for you and you see something completely get screwed up, how would you feel about it?
If I was the recipient of the person being honored, I would have just grabbed it and turned the thing. I would have flipped the jersey.
But it was in the rafters. Was it going to the rafters?
It was in the rafters.
Oh, I thought it was like in a frame.
No, he was legit getting his jersey
lowered it
retired
down,
in the
and then they
rafters,
unveiled the flag, and it was upside down.
How would I react? I'd laugh. It's kind of funny. Like I'd just be like, "Oh no," that'd probably be my reaction. Just like laugh uncomfortably. Like, what are you supposed to do? Wow, that was a terrible job by that person.
They need to redo it. Don't you think? I think they should redo it.
Like the whole ceremony?
Yes. Do them a solid.
Don't they have like a select game where they do it? Like, okay, we're gonna do it against such and such because I don't know. Don't they have, they know ahead of time?
Yeah,
to prepare
and to just screw up that one part though is a pretty big part of the ceremony is the getting raised into the rafters.
They owe it to him to redo it.
Yeah. Tell me that's not.
Although
like a
that's unique, you'll never forget it.
Yeah.
If you're a Michigan State fan too, you'll never forget that.
It's like that Chef's commercial, right? Oh, you spelled the Chefs.
Yeah, it's like, oh, right. He's like,
you want to get away?
Yeah, he said, he's like, great job, kid. Who are the chefs?
Yeah. At least you got your number retired, kind of.
Wait, can you just imagine just sitting there like, oh man, like it's a big.
It's my
moment.
night, dog.
It's my night, man. It's all about me. And then you look up and they unveil it and it's upside down.
Oh damn, it's backward. What the hell?
I mean, if you didn't know he got his jersey retired before, everyone knows now.
Yeah.
When they showed the video, all I kept thinking was, what is his mom and dad say?
Yes, exactly.
Like, the parents are gonna be like, oh hell, come on.
But then the school had to get involved and they're all like, we're deeply sorry. We know.
Of course. What are you supposed to do other than apologize? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now what they should do is like make it into a whole big thing. Now that everyone knows about and talks about it, be like, all right, sorry, our bad. We're gonna redo it, do it again.
Maybe
something like that.
I don't know. I don't think you could ever really get past the first attempt. You know what I mean?
No, but still, at least it's at least he has his moment.
You can joke about it. Make it, but you can't. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine.
See, if I'm him, I go and make merch like the Cappy way.
Yeah, right. Go make the
upside down T-shirt.
Upside down.
The problem is his number is 0, so you can't really flip that.
And then you're really out of gas. So what? It just had the name on the bottom.
The name upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah. Oh,
hey, at least we know it. We know he got his number retired.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, guys. So last one here. Photographs are making a comeback thanks to Gen Z, who are printing twice as many snaps as older generations. A recent survey of 2,000 adults found that 43% of people aged 18 to 27 regularly turn digital photos into physical ones, compared to just 5% of boomers, which is like 60 to 78. The average Gen Z prints pictures 4 times a year, which is double the amount of any other generation. Instead of having you guys swipe, I want to ask you, when is the last time you printed out photos?
My wife has done it more recently than I have to to hang in the house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So of the kids, there was this. I took this really sweet picture of the kids a couple years ago, and we were at a park, and they were sitting on these steps, and they were just kind of sitting there tired from riding their bikes or whatever we were doing, and there's probably 2 years ago, maybe a little longer, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, my daughter just hugged my son, and she gave him a little kiss on the temple, and I snapped it at the exact perfect time. And we have that picture at the house. So yeah, I have not done it in a long time. So, but yeah, she would have been someone who's done it more recently than me.
How about you,
I'm right
Beto?
there with same way. I haven't done it in a long time, but there's a lot of pictures where you take and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to Costco. I'm gonna make a nice collage out of this stuff, and like you just never do. But that point though, the kids are doing that because my daughter asked for a digital camera that she wants, and then this weekend, our ring car girl Amber asked. She's like, Beto, let's take some pictures. I'm thinking, where's the phone? And she brought out the digital. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, that's what all the cool ones are doing now. And all the young folks are using digital cameras, and they're buying like the little small ones that you can buy because it's better quality, they say.
One of the things I would have loved to have taken up as a hobby, I just never have the time. And it'd be interesting because I might all these like cool sporting events was actual photography, like real photography.
Yeah.
But it's not a cheap hobby by any stretch of the imagination.
And it's hard.
Right, and it's hard. Yeah.
I tried doing it for the kids when they started playing sports. I got a real nice digital camera and everything else, and to have the lens. Then you realize you need the bigger lens, and then you need the time. I don't have the patience to edit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the people who are taking youth sports pictures right now, like say your kids at a tournament, they're making bank.
Those lenses aren't cheap. That's for sure.
No, they're making some money out there.
Yeah, for sure.
My brother though, he I guess he's considered Gen Z. He prints out, they call it like groove books, I guess. Every time he goes on like a trip or something like that, he takes all the pictures and they
it turns into like a little album.
Yeah, and they send them to
that's
you.
been around forever though.
Or he prints them out and sends them to us, like when they went to Spain or whatever. Like he print out pictures and send them to everybody.
España.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized I'm gonna throw all that stuff away anyways because it becomes clutter.
It does become clutter.
Hang it on the fridge.
Yeah. Yeah, it does become clutter. By the way, it's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to the NBA All-Star Weekend, all sorts of stuff throughout sports. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. All right, coming up next. So let me ask you this. We were talking about Matthew Stafford a moment ago. I do want to get into the Dodgers because one thing that kind of flew under the radar, we were so busy last week with all the Luka stuff and everything that was going nuts, is that Aaron Boone took a swipe at the Dodgers. And I want to get into that, and we can get into spring training a little bit, obviously, as we're getting ready. I'm actually trying to figure out what day I can get down there.
You're going?
Well, I have a couple games in Phoenix over the next month.
Oh, okay.
So I think that makes it pretty easy. I can figure out what I can do. But I don't think they're at Camelback, though, either day that I'm there. But either way, I could just probably figure it out. Anyway, let's get into the Dodgers a little bit. Let's get into this Aaron Boone conversation next.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons, and we want to buy your house.
If you're considering selling your home for any reason, let Seller's Advantage show you a better way to sell your home.
With no agent fees, no commissions, no hassles, and no repairs.
Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days. We don't just promise more, we deliver a much better customer experience.
Check out our Google reviews and see how.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com for free, no obligation cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help, like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
everything in between. Visit nu.edu to learn more. That's nu.edu.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour. Split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Walks around like a little puppy dog.
On 710 ESPN.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make
Your dog to cry. I apologize a million times. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Dude, I remember when I was young, okay, my buddies and I, we used to go out. This is when we were in college. We used to go out every Thursday night. Thursday night was like the night to go out. It was like college night pretty much everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And we would go out, and I remember my buddy would, we must have burnt out this, CD at the time, this Outkast CD. Miss Jackson, Bombs Over Baghdad, anything Outkast, we were playing a bazillion times all night. Like, it was nuts how much we played Outkast back then. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, that's what I think of. I think of just being like, just younger than you, DeAndre. How about that?
Oh, yeah. God. Like Thursday night, you're like ready to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Dude,
Sunday.
I used to be able to drink like a champ, too, back then. Like, I could go, so I would go out, and, down in South Florida, in, Miami where I lived, it was, they have, and these places exist everywhere. Like, they had, like, Fat Tuesdays, Wet Willies, those places. It's more of an East Coast thing, but, like, they have them everywhere. So those are like frozen drinks with terrible alcohol inside.
Yeah.
Like the worst kind of alcohol that you could have.
The cheapest kind.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Well drinks.
Yeah, for sure. So we would start our nights at a Wet Willies or Fat Tuesdays or whatever and have one of those.
Wet Willies.
Yeah, have one of those terrible.
I left it alone on purpose.
That was the name of the place. Ludacris had it in one of his songs, Wet Willies on Miami Beach. So we would go, and we weren't going to Miami Beach. We were going to a place called Coconut Grove, which was a different area.
I've been there. Yeah.
So it was a lot more ecology because the University of Miami was right down the street, basically.
Yeah.
So we'd go to Wet Willies or Fat Tuesdays because both of them were there. And we'd start there, and then we'd go to like a bar, like a neighborhood bar, and like have fun and like dance and drink. And there was like more beer and shots. And dude, I would wake up totally fine the next day.
Like a champ, baby.
Dude, no problem. Like and I didn't have a lot of Friday classes, but if I had a Friday class, I was like, I'm straight. And then like, dude, like I can remember the day it turned for me on the where the alcohol consumption changed for the rest of my life. It was my 35th birthday. I will never forget that. Happy birthday, Cap. Oh, were we supposed to call Cappy, actually?
We're going to call him at like 5:15.
Oh, I was going to say, I completely forgot. Because it is his birthday.
He's waiting by the phone. No,
I'm out of pocket. I'm not out of pocket.
He's not out of
guys.
pocket.
Yeah, I'm not out of pocket today, guys. But the
35, huh?
35. I'll never forget. We had this amazing birthday, okay? And I'm not a big birthday guy. Like, I don't have a lot of, like, memorable birthdays, even growing up, because my birthday's always around Labor Day. So none of my friends were ever really around, just like maybe like my neighbors, like my immediate neighbor friends growing up and whatever. So I'm not a big birthday person. I'm not.
And you work on your birthday.
I don't take the day off for my birthday, yes. So I remember my 35th birthday. It was me and all like my friends, and so I had I met someone, a gentleman who was a restaurateur, and he had 2 restaurants, and he had just opened this one restaurant, and he was like, "Dude, come celebrate your 35th birthday here. Bring all your friends. We'll give you like a room. You guys do your thing, whatever." So I'm like, "Cool, awesome." So we ordered a couple bottles of wine for everybody. It was like probably like 20 people. So we ordered this big table, bunch of bottles of wine. So my man, the owner, he brings me this 25-year glass of single malt scotch. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Because he knew I was a big scotch drinker back then.
That's a man drink right
But
there.
I'm already multiple glasses of wine deep at this point. Okay.
Oh, no.
So he brings me one, and I drink the first one. It's all good, whatever. And, whatever. I'm having the meal. And, then, whatever. He brought me the one drink. So I finished drinking more wine or whatever. So probably like 4 glasses of wine deep. And this
good
big,
wine, too, I bet.
Right. And this big-ass glass of scotch, okay? So, and he brought it to me neat at first, which I told him, no, bro, you got to put an ice cube in that thing. I'm not drinking ice. Oh, I almost cursed. I'm not drinking that thing neat because it was a lot. It was not a regular pour. So I'm like, all right, cool. And, this is probably like that bottle back then, 12 years ago, was probably like $500-$600, that bottle. That bottle of scotch. So he's bringing me a glass of that.
$50 drink. Ooh,
oh, no, that's easily a $50, $60, $70 drink. Right. So he brings me another one before dessert.
No.
And I'm just like, bro, but I'm not going to say no. And I'm like, and this was a different 25-year scotch. So I'm like,
wait, 4 glasses of wine, and you probably had something else? Oh.
Right. So, and I had like a big steak dinner, like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm drinking, this one I'm drinking a little slower, okay? But I'm like, I get through it, and it's delicious and whatever. The guy is, those two were on the house or whatever, so we buy the dinner or whatever, we pay. So then we're going to this bar I like to go to right by my house. So, I was being driven that night or whatever, so we drive to this place, and then I was walking distance from my apartment there. From there, I was walking distance. So, my wife and I we're all together. Obviously, we're going to this bar, and then somebody else wants to buy me a glass. This is just like a regular Macallan's 12 or whatever.
Oh yeah, by that time it's just a regular.
But dog, now I'm like 4 glasses of wine, easily 2 doubles now of scotch in. So that's like really 4 glasses of scotch, and a 5th one. Ooh. So I start trying to drink this thing, and no joke, I was like, nah, bro. I'm in it. Like my stomach was so full that I was like, I didn't need to throw up because I was sick, but like I think I need to force myself to try to throw up because I'm just like too full.
Yeah.
So
the tank is full. You got to empty up the tank.
So I went and like I kind of like found a little like corner and I puked whatever, and I was like, okay, I felt a little better, and then at that point I'm like, no more drinking. I just want like club soda or something or whatever. So whatever, I start drinking the club soda, but I'm already drunk as hell at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Hammered.
So I walk. Night's over. We're walking back to my apartment, and my wife's like, "How are you feeling?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling so great, but I'll be fine." And she says, "We opened the door to my apartment." She's like, "I walked straight into the guest bathroom of my apartment, and as I was standing, I like stood up and like straight up like stood in front of the toilet, projectile vomited into the toilet." And like she says, it was like perfect, not even a drop outside. And then like I jumped in the shower and I went right to bed. And my hangover was 36 hours. And that's when I knew I'm too old for this bleep. That was the day. Since that day forward, I have had to definitely watch what I drink.
You're Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon. I'm too old for this right here. Yeah. We all have those moments.
My 35th birthday, we'll never forget it.
And there's some people that will never have that moment like Ron the Caddy. They just keep on going. But the reaction, DeAndre, this is what happens to you, man.
Don't get old, DeAndre. 10 years away from projectile vomiting in your guest bathroom.
Like, DeAndre, see, you could still be an all-star like LeBron, but you got to realize you shouldn't be playing, right? You shouldn't chest the ankle out there, man.
Yeah.
It's bad. It gets worse, man. It gets worse, DeAndre. Don't worry.
But it was a memorable birthday, I'll say that.
You'll have a glass. You'll have a bottle. Next thing you know, it takes you 2 days to recover.
Yeah, I'm very like, I don't drink now unless I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
No.
You only really drink at like the dinners, right? You don't drink. Socially.
Yeah, I don't really drink. I mean, I can go weeks and months without having a drink. So, like there's no issue with that. But if I'm out socially, like whatever, like I'll have a drink, I'll have a glass of wine.
But you ain't trying to get hammered.
I mean, no. The other night, PJ Carlissimo gave me 3 glasses of wine, but like I had one, and then he's like, "Here's a backup," and I'm like, "A backup? I haven't even started the first one."
What are we in college?
Yeah, I'm like,
see, I love that.
In many ways, I want to be like PJ, and I want to be like Bill Raftery, right? The one who's closing.
Those guys
are
in their late 70s and can go harder than all of us combined. It's
but
crazy.
They're from a different generation.
They are from
men
a different
were men.
generation. They're
I'm
built
soft.
different.
I can't do this.
Yeah, they got hair on their chest. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They call it. Oh man. See, DeAndre. Different time.
All right, let's get into the Dodgers. We didn't do any of that. So Aaron Boone took a shot at the Dodgers. The Dodgers spring training is here. Let's get into that, and then we're going to find time to talk to Cappy on his birthday as well. All right, 710 ESPN.
Mason, and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel?
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
With over 30 years in the business and more than 20,000 real estate transactions, Seller's Advantage offers a much better buying experience.
We don't charge agent fees, you pay no commissions, and you make no repairs. Seller's Advantage will show you a no obligation as-is cash offer and can close in just a few days.
Just check out our Google reviews and see for yourself.
Call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone. Up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on My Plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Hello, it's Robin Roberts here.
Hey guys, it's George Stephanopoulos here.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Strahan here. Wake up with Good Morning America.
Robin, George, Michael, GMA, America's favorite #1 morning show. The morning's first breaking news, exclusive interviews, what everyone will be talking about that day. Put some good in your morning and start your day with GMA.
Good Morning America.
Put the good in your morning. GMA 7A on ABC.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here, KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN 710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Beep-ba-da-ba-boom. Do-da-da-da. Ooh. Boom, ba-da-ba.
Boom, bum, bum.
Beep-ba-da-boop.
It's Cappy's birthday.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, 30 minutes commercial free. So we'll chat with Cappy here at some point because he's not out of pocket.
He's available.
Although Grant in L.A.
I am available.
Though Grant in L.A. has said that I haven't talked this much on my own show since 2019.
Hey, man. Sedano and friends.
I gotta stretch out my my vocal cords.
We gotta get you, man. We gotta get you. You're a busy guy. I
By
can't
the
wait for you to sleep at 8:30 today.
By the way, did you see the terrible news? Like there was another plane incident today.
Oh, in Toronto.
Yeah. So luckily no fatalities.
Yeah.
It was they're having a storm obviously in the Northeast and whatnot. So this small Delta flight was flying from Minneapolis to Toronto, and there was, I guess, too much ice or whatnot on the runway. The thing flipped completely on its head, and so it's wild because I'll tell you this: I've seen enough crazy things happen on a plane that I listen when they tell you the safety stuff. Like in this particular instance, when they always tell you, like, hey, on the descent, make sure you buckle up, make sure you put your seatbelts back on, or whenever they tell you, put your seatbelt on, put it on, because I've seen way too many stories in the news of like somebody getting hurt. Like there was one story I read a couple years ago where like all of a sudden they dropped like big time, and some person wasn't buckled in when they were told to buckle in, and they almost like they hit their head on the roof and like almost like got paralyzed. They were like inches away from being paralyzed. So like if you don't have your seat buckled when the plane flips over on its head, you're hitting that roof, and Lord knows what could happen. So always listen when they tell you to buckle up your seatbelt, man.
So when the people complain when they tell you to put your tray table up, it's like, bro, if you crash, that thing's going in your chest.
Correct.
Right? Like you're going to be impaled right there. But no, that Toronto one was scary because I know you fly a lot, George. I know some of the connections that you make or some of the flights that you take back early in the morning and some bad weather. I'm like, damn, George, you really come. Hopefully you make it. Because some of these like delays.
Yeah, hopefully I make it too, Beto.
Yeah. No, not dead. I'm not talking about being a dead guy. I'm talking about you make it as far as like in time for your show. Because a lot of times you're taking that early flight to make sure you make
trust
your
me,
show.
he has plenty of mishaps when he's traveling across the globe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel like at least like once a month, like something happens. It's
usually on American Airlines, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got to call you out like that because it's true.
I love America.
Delta's my boo. United is like my like United honestly has saved me a million times. American, I got like the highest status with them this year, and I'm like, I guess it's like it just happened to be that way it worked out. But it's like, man, I always have issues with them. Always. Like I don't know what it is about you, American. First of all, you don't even have like a dedicated line for like your high level.
Yeah, like the AI.
No, they have like a regular line.
Oh, yeah.
Like Delta has like the different statuses have different numbers.
lines, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have people there for your status. American doesn't. Wow.
Homegirl over here. Who's a homegirl back here that was working with the other day? Lindsay. Is it Rebecca? Yeah, she wants to get me like the Porsche on Delta or something. Like when you go from like terminal to terminal.
Oh, the one that they pick you up.
Didn't they offer that to you once because you're gonna miss?
No,
your
I
connection?
tried to get it. Like the flight attendant tried to get it for me because I was going to miss a connection, but they couldn't get it there on time. It was being used for someone way more famous.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Kardashians.
if anybody could, no, the Kardashians have a private plane.
Yeah, they don't need that.
I feel like if anybody has status enough for that, it would be you, George.
Nah, not me.
No,
But Delta's my boo. I still love you, Delta. You're my boo. I only have to take but unfortunately because of the radio show and all the other things I'm doing, sometimes it's just out of convenience. I got to fly other airlines. But United is creeping up. Shout out to my girl Manny, Emanuela. She's a listener to 710. I haven't seen her in a while, but usually when I do like one of those like Denver to LA flights, I always run into her. But she's a big 710 listener. She loves the show. She loves the Lakers.
At the LAX terminal?
No, on a United. She's a
flight attendant.
A flight attendant, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, Emanuela. She goes by
you
Manny.
fly a lot when they know you like that.
She actually introduced herself to me. She said, I'm a big 710 listener. And I was like, Cappy says everybody listens, so I believe it.
Do you ever have the captains like write you a note?
No.
Okay, so that only happened to me one time, and it was on a United flight. And I was flying in first class, and like they wrote, it was on like the back of a business card. He hand wrote every single person.
I think that's because you're a female.
I think
maybe he was hitting on you.
I thought he gave them to everybody. That was just like, thank you for flying on my flight today. I hope you enjoyed it.
I never gotten a note. I was like, he was just like, he's like,
thank you.
Who's 3A? And like that. Then he wrote you a note. That's what it was.
He wrote 867-5309. You never called him.
So anyway, all right, let's talk Dodgers here, Beto. So Aaron Boone, manager of the New York Yankees, who lost obviously and had the major collapse against the Dodgers in the World Series. So much so that the Dodgers pointed that out numerous times after the fact. And apparently Aaron Boone didn't like that. Let's hear what Aaron Boone had to say when asked about the Dodgers. Recounting of the situation at spring training?
Probably a little bit. I mean, don't like hearing that. You hope. But the reality is, we didn't play our best in the series, and they won. So, they have that right to say whatever. Hopefully we're in that position next year and handle things with a little more class. But that the reality is it's a great team. It's a great organization with a lot of great people that, I happen to know and respect too. So, a few people, sounding off, isn't necessarily how I would want to draw it up. But They're the champs. They have that right.
So here's what I would say, and I haven't talked to Aaron Boone in a really long time, but when I was in
that
Bristol,
was from like last week, right? Yeah.
But when I was in Bristol, he was there. He was one of the analysts. When Baseball Tonight was a daily show and still a very big show on the network. Actually, you know what's funny? Aaron Boone and Alex Cora, who are the Yankees and the Red Sox manager, were both analysts there at the exact same time, which is hilarious.
Did you ever work with Terry Francona?
I did not work with Terry Francona, no. But Aaron Boone and Alex used to come over because I used to do the 7 p.m. Eastern show on ESPN Radio with Mark Schlereth, and Alex and Aaron would come by before Baseball Tonight, and they would come by and talk baseball with us.
Okay.
So I became cool with them during that time. And again, I haven't seen Aaron in a long time, and I haven't talked to Alex either in a long time for that matter. But so I know what kind of competitor Aaron Boone is. Look, Aaron Boone, his family played, there's multiple generations of Boone players in Major League Baseball. They are a baseball family. I don't know what he means by with more class. I mean, look, when the Dodgers players were talking about it, they were recounting the situation, and I don't believe anybody was any extra on their description. It was a meltdown. Everybody called it a meltdown. I think they called it what it was. Lindsay, do you think differently?
No. I was saying I agree with you. Like, I don't think that they were excessive. I don't think that they were classless. I think that they handled it how any proud championship team should.
Surprised, I think, the way, right? Like when I heard, was it Mookie Betts' podcast that they were talking about a bunch of the players? Mm-hmm. They were just like, I can't believe what we saw. Like they were, it sounded like they were stunned, Lindsay, that it ended up turning out the way it turned out. Now they were laughing about it. It was like, hey, great for us. But
yeah, they noted that they knew that they weren't the best team defensively, but they didn't expect it to be that bad. But then I think the comment he's probably referring to, I think, is Mookie or somebody else said, Joe Kelly after game 2, like we knew it was over.
Like Joe Kelly was saying, like they just knew that if you put any kind of pressure on them, they were done. But again, you win, you can say whatever you want. But were they going up and down and trashing the Yankees? No. Were they pumping their chest out? Yeah. But this is what's going to happen. Like, I don't want to say it's being manufactured by media or people who aggregate, but anytime you get the Yankees and the Dodgers not liking each other or have some kind of beef, it's good for business.
It's great for business. There's no doubt about that.
And Aaron's going to say it the best way. He's like, oh, yeah, they won. They can say whatever they want, but with more class. He's got to take that little dig in there. Aaron knows what he's doing, and Dave Roberts is going to go and defend his guys. And you could have easily called out Mookie Betts, right? You could have easily called out the guys who were saying it, but he didn't, chose not to. But it's more of it was Joe Kelly, and I think it was, was it Chris Taylor saying something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those guys, right? Guys that you're not even going to be on the Dodgers anymore. And good. Again, this goes back to what we're talking about basketball. Enough with the buddy and chummy and everybody gets along great. I don't like you. I don't like that organization. Good. Have a rivalry within each other. Have it again. And you know what? When you win, then you go do whatever you want and jump all over me because you can. You don't like it? Play better.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, Boonie's a Southern California guy, grew up in San Diego, went to USC.
Orange County, actually.
He's from here.
Oh, Orange County, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a local guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a local guy.
Yeah, he is a local guy. He is. Yeah.
He also played for Cleveland for 2
He
seasons.
did. He did. And Cincinnati, both Ohio stops.
Yeah.
No, we don't acknowledge Cincinnati in this
He was drafted to Cincinnati. I do remember that. I mean, listen, Aaron Boone had one of the biggest moments in baseball history. You know what I mean? Like he had a walk-off home run in whatever it was, Game 7 of.
he's
Aaron
the
ALCS.
Bleeping Bloom,
right? You know what I mean? Like so. And look, I think he's a good manager, and that's a tough job, right? Like we talk about Dave Roberts all the time. There are certain jobs that are really tough.
I think the Yankees is probably the hardest because don't you think they have the biggest expectations and the worst media?
The most challenging media.
Yeah, the most critical.
For sure.
Critical, yeah. Everybody has some kind of Yankee Nation or something like that.
Yeah, the most challenging media. There's no question about that. So it's not an easy gig. But listen, I get it, man. It is what it is,
Yeah, Villa Park is where he went to school, home of the Spartans in Orange County.
But I thought he was born in San Diego. Because that's where Pops was.
He might have been born down there, but he went to high school in Orange County.
But he's from
there. Right. No, I know he went
his dad played for the Angels.
I know he went to high school in Orange County, but I thought, that's what I said.
He was born in La Mesa.
Oh, okay.
So Cappy would know. But
that's Cappy country.
Cappy country, right? Yeah. But his dad would play for the Angels, so that's where he went to high school.
Right.
All good area out there. Kind of not too far from where Freddie Freeman was at. All that stuff.
Speaking of Cappy, I'm going to call him real quick.
Oh, you're going to call him?
Where is he?
He's not out of pocket.
He's always available.
I texted him today, happy Cappy Day. He wrote back, love you, dog.
He's so weird.
You're in your 50s telling people dog.
He told me, I appreciate you.
Oh, you didn't get a dog?
Nah, I just appreciate you.
Oh, wow.
Cappy would have, like, I wish Cappy could, like, shadow me during, like, the NBA All-Star weekend. And, like, just, like, as people, like, walk up, I could just see him, like, just, like, chumming it up with everybody.
Oh, damn, dog.
Yeah. That's why. just like, it would be, like, funny to just follow him. Like, as I'm walking up and down, he's just, like, right behind me. He'd be like,
oh, should put a GoPro. He's put a GoPro.
Like, Spike Lee came and said, what's up to me? Like, I can imagine Cappy wanting to go in on Spike Lee for sure.
Hey, tell me he would have said, my brother, I love do the right thing.
Do the right thing, bro. Yeah, for sure. He would have said something super awkward.
Yo, Mookie.
Yeah, he would have said something super awkward.
DeAndre, you know he would have dropped I love the heat on your feet.
Yeah, I would have loved. Did he not pick up the phone?
He must be out of pocket.
Oh, out of pocket. There you go.
Come on.
Right.
He got tired of waiting for us.
But didn't he say 5:15?
I told him I would call him around, and and he said I'm available, and I said, oh, we'll definitely call you.
Yeah, this is the commercial-free zone. So
hope you guys call me. That's what he said.
I will say this. You guys asked me, and that's right. I forgot about Spike Lee. You asked me someone that came up to me and said, "What's up?" And Guy Fieri was awesome. He had like really cool, encouraging things to say about my daughter who's starting to cook now and like wanted to learn to cook because she loves the diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Love that show.
But Spike Lee, like when I was walking by, because I had just said what's up to Chris Mullen, because they were honoring Run TMC in the Bay Area. And I just said what's up to Chris Mullen, and I turn around and Spike's there, and Spike brings it up, and I was like, oh, whoa, Spike, what up?
Wait, Spike brought it in?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was kind of cool. I don't, but I mean, he watches basketball. So
no, I'll say, was that the first time first time you had an interaction with him?
I don't do a lot of Knicks games. I mean, honestly, the only Knicks game I've done all year this year was in Phoenix, and he wasn't there.
That's a hard flex right there on Cappy.
When
Spike went to you.
Yeah, when you
well,
went.
I turned around and he was in front of me, and then he raised his hand like, "What's up?"
Don't let details get in the way of the story. Spike walked up to you and brought it in.
Cappy be so jealous right now.
Oh, yeah.
He just started asking so many questions.
Yeah. He's probably jealous about Guy Fieri, too, because Guy could probably use a sided pole on diners, drives-in, whatever the show is.
Diner, drive-in, dive. Yeah.
He could probably put a sided pole on there. Did we like this
with
food?
a QR code?
Yeah.
When you talked to my guys after they won the skills challenge, did they bring it in?
Donovan did, because I know Donovan a little bit.
Spider.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, Donovan was like, oh, what's up? Shea, was great because I did walk-offs after all the games. Shea was great. Dame was great. And Steph is always
Did you ask Wemby why they cheated?
I did not get a chance to talk to Wemby.
So after they were disqualified, they were, like, done? Like, they didn't get to...
Yeah, no, that's it. Like, you only talk to the winners. Yeah. So you don't really
That's
talk.
That's right. You only talk to the winners.
Yeah. Hear that, DeAndre? He only talks to winners.
I did say what's up to Draymond. I was like, yo, what happened at the end, dog? You couldn't make the pass,
Yeah, he couldn't.
I was like, what happened there? And he just laughs. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, he's a good passer, too. So I was, like, stunned that he couldn't. He was, like, 3 times he couldn't get it in. But anyway.
George, how did you not put a picture of Spike up?
Because it was just quick, dog. Like, I was on the move. You know what I mean? Like, I was walking from whatever hit I did, and then Mullen was there. And I see Mullen every time I'm at the Warriors, but I just want to say what's up to him. And he happened to be, like, a few seats down. So when I turned, like, from saying what's up to Mullen, like, Spike was just standing there,
Do you go to any, like, the parties?
What's that?
Do you go to, like, any of the parties?
No.
Not even to be like, hey?
No, I was invited to a good party that I did not go to.
Yeah, doesn't Kenny have Kenny has a big party
Kenny has
every
a big
year.
party. I didn't go. There was also the Clutch Sports party. I didn't get a chance to go. I got in so late on Friday that I was like, I'm by the time I get to the hotel, it's gonna be like 9:30. I'm like, I could use some sleep, man. I'll be straight if I just like sleep in. Like, I'm good.
I can just see Cap right now across from you, like, oh, you didn't. How can you go?
Cap would be knocking down my door. Be like, come on, man, let's go somewhere.
Come on, I know Kenny. I'm gonna walk my knee like Kenny. My knees hurt too, like Kenny. Let's go. He would have done something like that, man.
Yeah, so.
Cappy, what's the big party you didn't go to?
Who, me?
Yeah, the one that.
Well, there was the Kenny one, and then there was the Clutch Sports one.
Kenny's like the media one that everyone wants the invite to. It's like a big deal.
Yeah, I've heard of that. But everybody goes to that one.
Oh, you gotta be invited.
The Kenny one is pretty popular, though. A lot of people are there.
Yeah,
but you guys still gotta be invited. You need the invite. Cap would
do
be like,
need the invite, but like you can get in.
Yeah,
you think Cappy could get in if you weren't there?
Yeah. Cappy knows somebody. He'll know
Cappy
somebody at TNT.
Yeah, like
would work his
Kevin
Cappy magic.
Harlan or one of those
You know what I'm
guys.
saying?
Like
He'll have a PR director that
Cappy would totally work his way in. Like I have no doubt Cappy would work his way in somehow.
Hey,
if
those
he
parties
really
have the
wanted
red
to.
carpet, right? They have like their own media room.
Yeah, like he'd probably know somebody from Turner Sports or something that he'd be like, "Yo, remember me?" And like he hit him up, and he'd be like, "I'm outside. Can you hook me up?" Be like, "Yeah, I'll get you." You know, like
Yeah, me and 8. Me plus 8.
Yeah. So, whatever.
our whole family needs to get in.
Yeah. Beto, let's finish talking Dodgers. So, okay.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting time.
Spring training is here, right?
A lot of people were there this weekend at Camelback, man.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. So I want to go watch them. The first chance I get is that first weekend in March, but they're going to be playing the Oakland A's. Where do the Oakland A's play?
I think they're in Phoenix.
Are they in Phoenix proper?
They have one of
the
the
Giants are
older
in
ones,
Phoenix.
yeah.
Oakland A's.
Theirs is like
They
the
might be in
crappiest,
Mesa.
oldest.
Spring training
Who knows what the A's? You never know what they're doing.
location. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Where do Oakland have spring training? Ho-Ho-Cam Stadium. Where's that?
What city is that?
City of Mesa. Yeah.
Mason Ave.
Yeah.
It's
not
like
that far.
It's like it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but it's not that far.
Yeah, but you don't want to.
Yeah, they're all pretty close.
That is pretty far.
But
to
then
go.
Glendale is kind of far from Phoenix. We're going to be at anyway.
Right, that's true. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
it's all
I
right.
may try to go. You know, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, there was a lot of my friends went out there this weekend, and you saw on the Instagram they were just there early in the morning watching. And Ohtani, it just looked crazy when Ohtani was throwing.
Yeah.
The people around
well, remember
him.
I was there last year when Ohtani was playing, and remember it was nuts.
Yeah, that was for the game. Yeah, it's crazy.
Who did I watch? I don't even remember who they played that day. It might have been like it was the Rockies. That's what it was. They were playing the Rockies that day. But yeah, I remember, dude. Everybody had their phone out every time Ohtani came up. It was nuts in Camelback last year. So anyway, Dodgers. They got like 37 pitchers. You know, they've got. I mean, they don't really have a weakness, right? I mean, is there a weakness you can think of?
No, not really.
I mean, if they could somehow get Arenado, even though he's no longer the same hitter he once was, I mean, he's an incredible glove still.
Yeah, but the thing with the Dodgers, you're looking at the abundance of riches that they have, right? You have Blake Snell, who's now mentoring Bobby Miller, right? So stuff like that. You have Glass now, who you're going to try to figure out where he's going to do in the rotation, how many innings he can go for you. You have the new pitchers. You have the veterans. You have, like, Brian Brazier was a guy who should be in the bullpen, but the Dodgers didn't have a spot for him, and he's gone, right? So that you look at what they get, you're like, damn. Where are the weaknesses? They're not going to have them. It's a matter of, are they going to win the 120 games? Are they going to be able to get out there? And then they should. It's a fun time to do. What you got to do if you're a Dodger fan is like, okay, I'm paying $30 for this beer, but at least you see them reinvesting it back onto the players in the field. You see what they have. It is fun to be a Dodger fan because this is why I get mad at Boone and the Yankee fans and everybody complaining. They've been doing it for the longest time. The same exact thing, trying to buy everything, and it hadn't worked out for them. But the Dodgers doing it. It's like, oh, no, wait a minute. Or other owners complain about what's going on. Like, okay, but you let the Steinbrenners do whatever they want to do, and nobody complains, right? Even the Red Sox, when they were in their prime, when they had all this,
with
they
Big
were
Papi
spending
and all those guys.
big
Yeah.
money.
Mhm.
They traded Mookie. That's their dumb fault for trading Mookie. They should be in trouble. They should be getting yelled at for that. Like, they gave him away, basically.
Yeah.
So don't get mad at the Dodgers for going and celebrating their fans, going and rewarding their fans with better players, and upgrading everything that they have for them. Like, Kike was hanging around because he wanted to stay with the Dodgers. Other players are taking less money to stay with the Dodgers. Even Teo, the money that was out there in the free agent market for him, well, he wanted big money, but he didn't quite get it, so let me go with the Dodgers. And if you don't perform, you're going to be gone. Simple as that. It's fun, man. It's a fun time to be a Dodger fan, and you should just keep on riding it because for so many years it sucked. Hello, McCordera.
Yeah, I love it that all of a sudden the Dodgers ruined the sport. It's so
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like no one, like they're the first ever to spend a lot of money. It just seems ridiculous. It just comes at a time where the Yankees have tightened their purse strings in a way that we hadn't seen previously because the Suns don't spend the money that the dad would spend, or at least the percentage of money. I mean, listen, the Yankees. I mean.
They have their own network.
They could spend way more if they wanted to, and they choose not to. They want to take profits, and that's fine. It's their business. They can do it however they want. But you can't cry about it. Like, you've got as much money as anybody, if not more.
Yeah, and then the Mets spending money, good.
Well, I think that's the interesting thing is that you've got the Mets kind of shaming the Yankees, too, in their own city in that sense. And I think that is going to be the thing that could get them to, like, bust out a little bit. but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, listen, at some point, the Steinbrenner sons, they are content because their whole net worth is tied into the team,
Mm-hmm. What I heard this weekend, I had ran into a couple friends who are going to Japan for the Dodgers series. Now, these are a couple friends that I never thought would leave the country.
Are they playing in Tokyo?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I never thought these guys would ever leave the country, but they're going.
I would love to do that. I would love to go to those games.
I wanted to go, but there was way too many Laker games to miss. I can miss a couple, but not that many.
When are those games? Let me see.
March 23rd, I believe, something like that.
Oh, yeah, no.
And it's 2 games.
It's too much I got too much NBA going on right now.
Yeah, it's just so much. I wanted it. But I might. So I've had 5 different sets of friends that are going to these games.
Wow.
I'm like, 2 of them are like casual fans who are just like, they might go to 4 or 5 games a year, if that. And, of course.
Right, but they want to – it's an easy trip to go to Japan.
It's a trip to go to Japan to see it because there's that buzz for them. And the tickets, I guess, are hard to get.
And dude, they love baseball over there.
Oh, of course.
Oh, my God.
Baseball is huge in Japan. Like, you go out there, but it's only 2
Otani's like
games.
the Beatles over there.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. They get mobbed.
Yeah.
Well, he has his own media people following him, right? Like, they don't work for whatever newspaper. There's, like, the Dodger beat, and then there's the Otani beat.
Oh, no, for sure.
Everything.
Well, I remember Ichiro had that for a long time, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Luca has some of that now.
Luca has that, like, Slovenian
Spaniards
people,
are coming
and a couple of Spanish writers that follow him, for sure.
Pau had that for a little bit, and Luca
I
started
saw
to get that
Pau, actually, now that you
did
mention.
you?
He lives in San Francisco now.
Oh, does he? Yeah. Okay. What a nice man.
Yeah.
One of the nicest person ever. He'd always say thank you after interviews with the scrum. Thank you, guys. Did you get everything you needed? Like,
yeah.
Yes,
I don't know him super well, but, like, he's just he seems like a great dude.
Yeah.
But, yeah, look, with the Dodgers, to me, like, it really is, it's going to be fascinating to see how it all kind of unfolds. Because, look, here's the thing. Sports never unfolds exactly the way you expect it to, okay?
No.
So there's some bumps in the road. Some team outperforms that you're competing against, right? And, like, all of a sudden things get interesting. And here's the thing. Even if the regular season is, like, not that interesting, I mean, we saw it last year. It's not like the Dodgers didn't spend a bleep ton of money last year, and we were 1 game away from everybody pooping themselves.
Oh, yeah. I thought they were done. And when you get into the playoffs, it's simple as that. What's going to happen in a series? Who's going to be hot?
Oh, my God. Could you imagine how obnoxious Cappy would have been if the Padres would have won that series? If, like, there was, like, an alternative universe where that would have happened?
Well, that's another thing.
What's in. And then I would have had to have dressed like Fernando Tatis, which would not have gone as viral as him dressing as Dodgers Elton John, though.
The Padres spent some money a couple years ago and are finally catching up to Cappy right now, where he had to wear his Elton John. But I think
Cappy, it was so funny because Cappy was like, he was confident. He thought it was going to be them. Like he was for real. Like he believed it.
He should have been. They were
and
a better
he got
team
sucked
at the time.
back in. He admitted it afterwards that he didn't buy into the Padres forever, and then eventually he got sucked back in, and then they let him down.
Yeah, the Padres were good last season.
They were good.
They were better at that time, but they fell apart. Like again, he said, "Oh, we've seen this before," but they were better. And they still,
you know
still
what
spend
the
money.
Dodgers
They still got
need,
stars.
honestly. What the Dodgers need the Giants to be good.
Yeah.
They could be this year. I mean, they got Justin Verlander.
Yeah, but I don't know how good they can be. Like, could they be like wild card good? Maybe. And
They'll
I
be
guess
around
if they get in the wild card, like who knows what happens in a short situation. But I remember it was a couple years ago. Remember the Giants actually won the division.
Yeah, they did. That's the one time the Dodgers had
like
them.
that was a fun season to have those two teams competing against each other. And it's no disrespect to the gutty little Padres, but they're not the Giants. You know what I mean? Like they're not the rival. The Dodgers, when I look at their rivals, right, in baseball, it's the Giants in the division, right? Then, like, bigger picture National League, the Cardinals, to me, have always been a rival. The Mets, certainly, to some extent, too. The Braves, certainly more recently. Yeah. But, like, the Cardinals, for sure. But, like, to me, like, some of the old school teams, like, even the Phillies, like, in the 80s, they played a little bit. But, like, there's more traditional rivals there. But, yeah, like, to me, it's Giants, Cardinals. Like, if I had to think of teams that, like.
That's the classic rivalry. I want the Padres to be really good, and I want the Padres to be right on the Dodgers' heels just a couple games back because Padre fans can become insufferable.
Oh, yeah.
And Dodger fans can get worried about them. Oh, the little brothers, they're not this. And they, like, just the bitterness and the bickerness that goes back and forth between the two. That's good for them. Because the Giants, it's the old school traditional rivalry.
Yeah.
But it's the Dodgers and the Padres. It's just like, That little info.
Well, and they're closer. They're closer, so you can hear them a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
and the Padre fans could be annoying with "That's what's in," and like we're the gutty little team. No,
but
you're
I
not.
think for baseball at large, it would be better if it's the Giants.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Because then you go back and bring up the Marshall and all that other stuff. But I just like to remind Padre fans: you have Tatis, you had Soto, you have Machado. You're spending money. Don't try to come up with this like, oh, we're the gutty little team. You're not.
And
You're
by the way, Buster Posey being the president of the Giants is not like a small thing.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that. I mean,
he's 37.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
That guy crazy. His body got beat up pretty good. So yeah.
He did. He was an amazing player. But like I don't think that's a small thing. Like I actually think it's pretty smart for them. You know, I don't know if it'll work out, but like I think from a PR standpoint, like you can win the press conference that way.
He's gone. He's there, and Farhan's gone. The guy who helped build him.
Right.
And he's back with the Dodgers now.
Right.
It'll be interesting. Baseball will be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited. You know, for baseball, which I haven't. You know, up until the last couple of years. You know, because there was, I mean, obviously you're always excited for Dodgers, but like I think the last couple of years, particularly, have been way more interesting, right? Like I think that it's because when they lost those couple of series in the first round, you're like, oh man, you know. But then they got Ohtani, right? And you're like, they got Betts, they got Ohtani. Now they got like this thing going, like they're the hated team. They're like the villains of baseball. I like that. I like when I don't know. I've always liked kind of rooting for the villain, right? So like I'm good that way.
Yeah. Puff your chest out and show them who you are. Let's go. Where's Cappy?
He didn't answer. I tried him again. He must be unavailable.
Cappy's out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
Wow.
Yeah. Cappy, what happened, buddy? Anyway. All right.
We had a little Cappy homage on Saturday, Dead Meow and Ron the Caddy. I got them tickets for the fights, and they were hanging out, and they were telling Cappy stories.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah,
guys.
I would imagine. Hey, Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We react to everything going on in the world of sports, including NBA All-Star Weekend. We've done a bunch of that. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. All right, Big Deal or No Deal is next.
What's up, kiddos? It's Clinton Yates, the Big CY. You've seen me on your television.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons, and we want to buy your house.
If you're considering selling your home for any reason, let Seller's Advantage show you a better way to sell your home.
With no agent fees, no commissions, no hassles, and no repairs.
Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days. We don't just promise more, we deliver a much better customer experience.
Check out our Google reviews and see how.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com for free, no-obligation cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Sylmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Sylmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. You know, I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, you know, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. Call 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-397-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, Sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN. It's 6:30 p.m. Big deal or no deal. Take it away, Sedano.
I'm watching the birthday post on Instagram to Cappy.
From who?
It's pretty funny.
Who posted it?
ESPN Los Angeles.
Oh, ESPN Los Angeles. Oh my goodness. Hey, Cappy, you a freak, man. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Cappy, you a freak, man.
What did he say?
Face clan.
Hold on.
Face clan.
That's so funny. All right,
He
anyway.
gives you, we love him. He gives you so much content. He's
He
Carlos
does.
Isu's
He does
best
give me
friend.
a lot of content. He does give me a lot of content. All right, big deal or no deal? Go ahead, Linz. Take it away.
All right, so I saw a story in the New York Post about a therapist who treats phone addictions, which I guess I didn't realize that phone addictions were that bad that they were now treated by therapists, which is kind of crazy to me. But this therapist who treats phone addiction says that the withdrawal symptoms that people suffer are similar to those experienced by drug addicts. He said that he is an addiction specialist at UCAT, which is an organization that offers inpatient rehab treatment for people struggling with drug issues, alcoholism, behavioral addiction such as gambling, gaming, and the internet. So they said that over the past 5 years, they've seen a huge increase in phone addiction, and that people that are withdrawing from their phones experience things such as shaking, sweating, and insomnia, similar to narcotics addictions. So basically the same withdrawal symptoms as like heroin addicts.
That's cray.
So that's obviously like a big deal and nothing to mess with. But I want to ask you guys, like, how long do you think you could go without your phone? Like, if you absolutely had to.
Easily.
If you had to.
If I had to?
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Without, like, experience any type of, like, mental fog or whatever.
Oh, no. I could go a long time.
Really?
Like, if you tell me that I didn't have to, like, if you could tell me that obviously I could be able to pick up my phone, like, if someone was calling for, like, communication purposes. Yeah, I could totally go without the rest of it. Like, honestly, I only use it because I have to. Work, getting ready for the show, being ready for whatever it is I'm doing. Like, you just have to stay up on stuff. But if you could tell me that I could go a month without using my phone and I still know that everybody in my life is going to be okay, like there's a way like I could just text or call but not use the other.
Let's just say you got like a dumb phone.
Right, like old
Just
school
text,
phone.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I
You
could
could do
totally
that for a
survive
month?
on that. I could totally survive on that for a long, long time. I don't know, forever, probably.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I agree. When I went to Italy, I didn't even charge my phone. I would take it with me in the morning. I always have a portable charger with me. I didn't have to because I would only use it just to take pictures. So I have no problem. As long as I know the kids are safe, Linz, I could leave the
same.
phone at the house.
Yeah.
This is why some of the country clubs with their rules, I think Hillcrest has one of them where no phones on the golf courses. That's great right there. I have no problem with it. Like, when they showed Shams during the NBA trade deadline, he was on
his screen time. Yeah,
his screen time was like over 20 hours. Like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but I'm good with it. I could detox like no other. Take it away.
Yeah,
if anything, take it away now.
Yeah, I'd be good with that too, for sure.
I've had like nightmares or dreams, whatever, lately about like my iPhone breaking, and being stuck with like a regular old phone like we used to have.
Oh, dude.
And it's like I can't deal with it because it's like this isn't even real life. It's just in my dream where I'm like freaking out because I can't use the internet for anything.
It's so funny. Like whenever the Super Lotto, or not the Super Lotto, the Powerball or whatever was at like $1 billion the last time or whatever, somebody asked me like, what would you do? I'd be like, I'd totally go off the grid. Like I'd be
I would
done.
too.
I'd be gone.
I would
like
love to
you
do
wouldn't
that.
hear from me. Like I'd do one last show and I'd be like, I'm out, y'all. See you later. You know?
Well, like in Goodfellas, right? He never wanted to talk on the phone. It's going to get you in trouble. Sure enough, right?
Yeah,
There's no
I'd be
need.
out. And at that point, like, I'd delete all social media. I would just, like,
yes.
it'd be gone. Like,
Yeah,
gone.
just bounce it around, have a phone just to,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
You know what I mean? Like, for sure. Like, it would just be, that's it.
DeAndre, what about you? Do you think you'd have like withdrawal symptoms? Like how?
No, hold
how
on,
tough
DeAndre,
would
this
it?
is perfect because DeAndre's of the generation that he's
Only known a phone,
This
right.
world. I want to hear this answer.
I mean, I think I'll be fine on my phone. I grew up without really having a cell phone. To be honest with you, my first phone was when I was in high school. So
There you go.
I mean, I was pretty good without it.
And that was like 2 years ago.
Yes. I mean, I'm well off without it. I mean, although I would say, like, as far as like work stuff and all that, I mean, that will be a challenge. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out. Honestly.
Yeah, I could totally just like ditch the phone. So I remember a couple years ago, I went 9 days without using my phone. I was on vacation for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I went 9 days without touching my phone. Like other than just like check to see if anybody called.
I feel like when I go home, I don't really look at my phone much.
So there you have it.
All right,
what's next?
All right, next one. So, also found this one in the New York Post about this woman whose dog is an influencer. So she actually made a separate account.
So the dog is an influencer.
Yes. Her dog is an influencer. She made a separate Instagram
Is he in the
account.
Westminster Kennel Club show? Or?
He's not. He's just a regular dog. And so she made a separate Instagram account because she said that she wanted to share adorable photos and videos of her dog Monty without sharing her like public personal friends and family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so she made this account at monty.mung, and it has almost 25,000 followers as of this story being published. And she said that she makes about $1,000 a month just on Instagram posts from her dog. All she's doing is posting cute pics of her dog. So she's made
Monty.mung?
Yes. Yep. And he's a cute dog. He looks like a golden retriever mix of some sort. So I wanted to ask you guys, is it a big deal or no deal that a dog can make $1,000 a month on Instagram?
I mean, nothing surprises me now.
Just posting
so,
pictures.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Good for her, man.
You should get Benny, and I mean, Chewy has an Instagram account.
Yeah, Benny's already spoiled.
No?
He is.
I mean, I feel like think about it. Get like Aria or Mateo on that to like just take the pictures and be posting them all the time. It's like a whole side hustle.
I'm good.
No?
Yeah. If they want to do it and make money, that's fine. But I ain't gonna do it. I ain't taking no pictures of Benny, man. Benny's got enough of a good life. He's got enough stuff going on.
Beto, what do you think about this dog making $1,000 a month on Instagram?
You know what? As much as I don't like animals, if you can make money off of your pet, good. That way they can pay for their food. That way we can pay for their dog walker.
That's cool.
But it's always hilarious to me when somebody gets a dog and they get the Instagram account, and then, you know, it's all about that dog. Then all of a sudden, they're in a relationship, and you never see that dog again. Right? You never, or the baby shows up, you'll never see the dog. It's like
the
man,
dog
whatever happened
definitely
to the
gets a
dog?
short end of the stick when you have a baby.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
like, I
but
was
then
invested
eventually,
in this
like
dog.
me, like you come around and then your kids get older and then you get a dog again. You know what I mean? So it's like circle of life kind of thing.
Chewy is my child, and he has an Instagram account, but it is, you know, it's a lot. It's time consuming to be posting about your dog all the time. But you got to get those deals, like the brand deals, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another job right there. Like those golden doodles, I like looking at those. On the like, I don't like dogs, but I like looking at them. And those are the Shibui dogs. Those are cool.
A
Like the
what
huskies.
dog? What do you call them? A Shibui?
Yeah, they're like Japanese like
Shibuzi?
dogs. Yeah, him too. They're good.
Oh, a Shiba Inu?
There you go.
You called it a Shibui.
Yeah, Shiba Inu. There you go. Those dogs. Those are cool
Yes,
dogs.
yeah, I knew someone who had a Shiba Inu, and those dogs were really mean. Both
Yeah,
of
are
them
they?
were really mean. Yeah, they're.
Oh,
I guess
are they?
They're hard to train, I guess, because
I just-
they're similar to like Akitas. You know, they're meant to be like, and like
In the
Siberian
wild?
Huskies. Yeah, like they're very highly temperamented, I guess. Is the word.
Well, that's why they're good for Instagram. Then I don't need them.
You know what I started watching again? Speaking of dogs, I mean, this is not a dog, right? But I started watching. I was bored in a hotel the other day, and I was like, I don't know. I wanted to see I wanted to watch something good, but it was something I had already seen, so I could just maybe eventually fall asleep. I started watching Game of Thrones again, and I watched the first 3 episodes, and then they had that the dire wolf or whatever it's called, and I was like, man, those are nice-ass dogs that they had there. Because those aren't really wolves. There's no way those are real wolves. But I was like, damn, those dogs are really nice. And they might have been like Akitas or something or whatever. They were just big. And
Dogs from Game of Thrones?
yeah. Yeah, I think they were called direwolves in the show. But I don't believe they were actually wolves, hanging out there with actors and people. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe
Could
they
have
were.
been CGI, right?
They could have been CGI. No, but they were like little puppies at first, so
okay.
I remember that. But yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I started watching Game of Thrones again. And I was like, man, this show. Now, I've only watched it the one time through. I'm like, the second time through, I bet you I'll notice a lot of stuff I didn't notice the first time. So, I don't know. We'll see if I follow through on that.
These dogs look like giant huskies with longer fur.
Right. So, anything else, or are we good?
That's it for Big Deal or No Deal.
All right, that's it for Big Deal or No Deal. Coming up next, Beto, we've got Dealer's Choice, brought to you by our friends at Seller's Advantage. You want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer, no repairs needed. They make selling easy, so call 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer, or visit sellersadvantage.com. All right, there it is. Yeah, you got something better?
Oh, absolutely. It's Cappy Day. I got something for that.
No, okay, I'm just saying, because the dealer's choice is always in the other chair. So there you go. So it's your turn. All right, we'll get dealer's choice next.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
I'll do some reporting for you guys also on your contracts.
Wait a minute, you were going to do reporting on our contracts?
There's every intention of offering you a contract at some point.
That's fine.
I don't know when.
Okay, go watch Glenn Ross. Get them to sign on the line that is dotted.
So you two have
That's you, Bergman. You're not closing.
Be closing.
Always. I'm not the closer in this situation, but in sometime within the next 134 days.
Where in the trust tree is Bergman in terms of you're below a lot of people on the trust tree.
Well,
Well, he doesn't sign the
You're not
check.
the closer.
I don't know.
You're like a setup guy. You're like a middle reliever. You're an innings eater. You're an innings eater.
I'm a setup man.
Yeah, you're a setup man.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons, and we want to buy your house.
If you're considering selling your home for any reason, let Seller's Advantage show you a better way to sell your home.
With no agent fees, no commissions, no hassles, and no repairs.
Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days. We don't just promise more, we deliver a much better customer experience.
Check out our Google reviews and see how.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com for free, no obligation cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Speak to the insurance company first. It's a big mistake, because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Plan your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. Pechanga has world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa and golf, and 24/7 gaming excitement. The immense casino floor and 1,100 rooms and suites makes Pechanga one of the largest in the country. Skip the traffic, head for Pechanga Resort Casino off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Final segment of the show. Great job today, DeAndre, Lindsay, Beto, Duran. Andy Kamenetsky is coming up next with Lakers talk. I would imagine a lot of LeBron injury talk coming up in that one. Maybe some All-Star Game stuff. And happy birthday to our boy, Cappy!
Woo! That's how you do it, Jack. Right there. Nice and smooth. He ghosted us, though. I see him.
Hey, listen, he was out of pocket.
No, he wasn't out of pocket.
I bet you had like some birthday dinner with Rachel
Definitely
or
not
something.
always
For
available.
sure.
He's definitely not
Well,
always
he's getting
available.
older. 3:30 is dinner time for him now.
Yeah. By the way, little, not an ad, little cultural probiotics. This is a 3-in-1. It's good for your heart, too. Get old, you got to have that stuff, man, especially when you're on the road eating and drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Not drinking so much, but eating a lot. But that's my dealer's choice for today. Keep yourself healthy. All right, Beto, what do you got?
Oh, I'm right there with you, George. I'm up to like 11 different vitamins that I'm taking now. The fish oil has been included in there, and the zinc and the iron, all that good stuff. So get that. First of all, happy birthday to our friend Scott Kaplan. I know I give him a lot of grief, but I love that guy. He's been fantastic for me since the day I met him. Been a fan of his since he was Scott and Billy R back in the day. He does great work, and I had lunch with him the other day, and he's Cappy is Cappy, but he's inspiring, and he makes you get better. He makes you do better. And just want to say, love you, Cappy, miss you, and thanks for taking the day off so I can make some money today. But over the weekend, I worked fights at the Honda Center at Golden Boy Promotions, and one of the inspectors, that works for the California Commission, comes up to me. He's like, Beto, is Cappy really Cappy, or is he acting? And I didn't know that he listens to the station, right? And he comes up to me, he's like, I'm from San Diego, and I listen to 710. I check out the YouTube sometimes. He goes, I've known Scott for a while. I've never met the guy. I just want to know, is he really like that? Like, he is absolutely 100% like that. So he's like, I love the show. Told George I'm a big fan of his as well. But I made a mistake, George. I gave tickets to Ron the Caddy and Dead Meow. And the mistake is, they're cool. We like to harass them. They were in the last row, and you can hear them yelling, 710 ESPN.
Ay.
The fighters could probably hear them. That's what they kept yelling the entire time during the main event.
Oh, boy.
So those guys were having a good time. We ended up taking a picture with the ring announcer, Mark Fratto, who's the voice of the Washington Commanders. And so it was cool. Dad behaved, and Dad dressed like an adult. He had jeans on. And then I went up there, and Dad's like, he started trying to chirp at me a little bit. And I'm like, hey, you're the guy who trolls everybody on the YouTube chat, right? and people around him were looking at him like, you're really good online. How come in person you're nice and quiet? Oh,
that's funny.
But Dad was cool. Bought me a beer. Good man. Good time with him. And Ron the Caddy was just yelling. And there's a video I posted on my Instagram. Danny Lopez Comedy. You'll like this kid. He and Jesus Sepulveda do a lot of different skits.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the ring girl to wave at them. And I told Danny, stand up. Try to get her to wave at you. Try to get her to wave at you.
Right.
I was like, if you do this, maybe she'll acknowledge you. He's like, no, young comedian. So I told her to wave at him, and that's the video I sent to DeAndre, and it's out there on my Instagram. So sure enough, she went, stopped, and looked right at him, blew him a kiss. He's like, how did that happen?
Beto makes things happen, man.
Making things happen. And then this one right here is a shout-out. After the fights, I went to in Old Town Orange. There's a place that's a new wine bar, and I met this man named Chris, a Latino guy who left physical therapy school to start working in wine, and he's now created his own wine. It's called Seis Soles, 6 Sons,
okay.
And it's in Old Town Orange. Mondays and Tuesdays, he's working in the Lodi, Santa Barbara area making the wine.
Right, of course.
He bottles it, and then Wednesday through Sunday, he has this tasting room in Old Town Orange. I went there yesterday for the first time. He has 6 different wines, and I was like, man, this is good because this guy just left what he was going to do, and he got into the wine world, which is extremely difficult.
Oh, that sounds
and now
fun.
he has his own tasting room. So I'm going to go back there, pick up a couple bottles for us, George. Seis Soles in Old Town Orange right there by Chapman.
I think that's what I'm going to do when I retire. I'm just going to make wine.
Hey.
I'm going to become a winemaker.
So I started talking to him a little bit, and he has a wine that he really likes, and I'm like, dude, how do you do that? He's like, it's not easy because I got to go up there and I got to
No, it's hard as hell.
And I'm like, wait a minute, is that just your idea? He's like, no, bro, I'm in the fields. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to pour the wine. I just want to be the guy. Here's another little taste right here, man. No problem for you. But anybody chasing their dream like that, shout out to him. And again, Chris in Old Town Orange, Seis Soles tasting room right there in the orange circle. Right
Seis Soles, there you go.
Yeah.
You guys got to put me on some wine, man. I
we'll
need to expand my horizon.
I'm telling you, dog. I heard you the other day talking to Mace or whoever it was, saying you're not a wine guy or whatever.
Yeah.
When they had the Sasha Vujacic wine. First of all, that's a good wine. That'll
Yes, it is.
spoil you. You probably shouldn't start there. Is what I would say. Because here's the thing: you start having that kind of wine, then it's like anything like normal is like, oh, this doesn't taste as good.
That's like putting on Jordans right away. You can't go
Right.
back after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah. But we'll get you
You got to
down.
work your way up there.
We'll get you some Air
You know
Maxes
what I'll
first.
do is we'll get you on some starter wine. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We'll get you on like some nice
Budget wine. Yeah.
We'll get you some nice like $20, $30 bottles. You know what I'm saying?
All
Work
right.
your way there. Let your taste buds figure it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Like she knows gonna be DeAndre. Let's
DeAndre
go.
Rose on Sundays.
Oh, I like that.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Every
Alrighty, there we go.
Listen, and it's honestly like a cool thing. Does your girl drink too?
Not as much, but
Right,
yeah.
but you could do it together.
Exactly.
And you can experience like
Little adventures.
reds. You can experience whites during the day. You can experience rosé during the day. You know what I mean? Like
a little day trip to Santa Barbara.
right, yeah.
You know,
It's just like an easy way to like do stuff together. You know what I mean?
and you get drunker faster.
Although my wife will be like, I'll get like random like calls, be like, "Hey, so this bottle of wine, is this one of the expensive ones?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, don't just like randomly drink that one on like a Tuesday." You know what I mean? Like,
they'll be drinking the Klay Thompson wine. That's a good one right there. That's
Yeah.
expensive.
I'll be like, so what I do is at home is like I have them like sorted up. Where like I don't usually have like a ton of like I have like some nice bottles of wine in like so I have a friend who has like a bottle locker business and I have the nice ones over there. But the then we got like a couple. We got good ones. You know what I'm saying? But I put them in like rows. I'm like, these are like the $20 ones.
Yes.
These are like the $30 to $40. These are like the 50s, and these are more than 50. So there's like 5 rows, and I'm like, so. Choose accordingly to what it is you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to hang out and have wine by yourself, don't be opening up anything more than 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it under 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, get like a 20. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just going to do it while you're cooking, you know what I mean?
Like, you can't wear your Jordans outside, DeAndre. Gym only, baby. Gym only.
Exactly.
Gamers.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I told Mateo, I go, those Lucas, you can't be wearing them outside.
No.
I spent too much money on those sneakers. You know what I mean?
Gamer, baby. Gamer.
Only in the gym. All right, we're done here. Great job, Lindsay. Great job, DeAndre. Great job, Beto. Thank you to the Circle. Happy birthday, Cappy. AK's coming up next with Lake.